morning, everybody. Let me just double check that everything is showing up okay. Alright. Good. Yeah, just gonna jump back into Ooblets today. Nothing exciting. Announcement, since it's the first stream of May, we do have a new Tiltify campaign added to our Do Good chat command. You can pull up all of our charity campaigns and links with the Do Good chat command. They're also down below here on Twitch. Every month, we start a new Tiltify. So that's a new thing. This month is Guide Dog Awareness Month. So we're doing a organization for guide and service dogs for those in need. We do different organizations every month. What else? We did update the anime book club for this month. So if you're interested in that, you can use chat command ABC. Also, links to the coffee, which is where we post every month about the anime book club. I don't remember if I posted on Twitter or not about it. I think I did, but if I didn't, the link is there. As always, I always post it on the coffee page. The only other big announcement, really, since last stream, is that, if you follow me on Twitter, you already know this, but my Etsy shop got accidentally caught up in the automated algorithm that they use on Etsy, which scans listings for illegal goods and disables them automatically. If you get multiple disabled postings, then your entire account gets banned, including your shop. So they accidentally clocked some of my knitting as weapons. I don't know if it's because of the pictures, because I have, like, props in my photos of, like, swords and knives and, like, you know, D&D Renaissance Fair type stuff. So I don't know, because everything's categorized correctly as gaming equipment, as dice bags, everything's tagged correctly, everything is named as knitted dice bags. So what I did was, I pulled down the entire Etsy store, and I'm slowly but surely manually migrating all of my listings to my coffee account. If you go on my coffee account right now, you won't see any of them because they're not public. I'm waiting until I have them all migrated, and then I'm going to make them all public at the same time. It's just a little tedious because while I could bulk export from Etsy, I can't bulk import onto coffee, so I'm manually making each listing. So it's taking a little bit of time because I had a lot of listings. So in the meantime, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I always give my coffee supporters 25% off of my Etsy shop every month. Because I no longer am using the Etsy platform, I'm going to have to figure out a way to handle that on Coffee, because Coffee does not at present offer coupon codes. I can manually list things at a discount, but I can't, like, give a coupon code now for my coffee supporters. I know that Coffee is trying to add that into the shop platform, but I don't know if they have an estimated time of completion on that update. So for right now, I apologize for the inconvenience for my coffee supporters and for my shop supporters, but it will be fixed. My listings should all be up on Coffee by the end of this week. I already have over 20 of them drafted. I still have, like, another, I think, 20-something to go, so I'm, like, halfway through. I started yesterday, so probably today and tomorrow I'm going to work on finishing that, but I'll say by the end of the week for sure. As always, I'll post about it on Twitter. But that's the only other big update, and we're just gonna jump right back into Ooblets. So sorry for all of that chaos. That was totally unexpected. I got an email from Etsy in, like, the middle of the night that was basically like, "Hey, we noticed you sell illegal goods, so we're gonna take down your shop." And they don't even give you the option to edit the listing or tell you what in the listing caught their eye, because it wasn't even, of all the listings I have that have, like, prop photography or names that could be easily misconstrued as illegal goods. Hey, welcome, Cap. Feel free to lurk. But yeah, so they basically were like, "Hey, this listing of yours is an illegal weapon, so we're just going to disable it. We're not going to give you the chance to edit the listing to fix it because it's not actually a weapon." And then basically what they do is they flag your account that, like, if you get another strike on your account, which as an automated system is kind of a shitty way to do it, they're like, we're just going to disable your entire account. And that's like, okay, from a selling standpoint, that's not the end of the world. But I'm also a customer on that account. Like, I've had that account for a very long time. Like, my shop isn't that old, but, like, I review things, I order stuff, I have a good customer account going, so it's like, it was kind of an unexpected, shitty thing to have to deal with on the fly. And I know a lot of people are leaving Etsy for various reasons, and I do have other complaints about the platform that I won't get into here, but I've had other issues in the last year with being on the platform, so, you know what? For right now, I'll temporarily move to Ko-fi because Ko-fi doesn't charge service fees for my listings. So, like, for example, on my Etsy, if I had all my listings up, but I didn't make a sale for the month, like, I had to out-of-pocket pay Etsy for my fees. So, whether or not you make sales on Etsy, you still have to pay to use the platform. Ko-fi is not the same. I do have a Ko-fi Gold account, which only cost me $6, which is nothing in the big picture. Especially when it comes to, like, Etsy fees and stuff. Because the more listings you have, the more fees you pay. And I had, like, 40-something listings, which is a lot for a small shop. But I was paying, you know, multiple dollars out of pocket, even when I wasn't making sales. So I would rather pay $6 to have my Etsy, my Ko-fi account be upgraded, which is what allows me all the customization options on my Ko-fi that, you know, lets me do all the stuff that I do right now. So even without the shop, I would be paying for that service. So I don't pay extra to sell things on Ko-fi. So it works out, and, you know, in the long run, ideally, I would like to move my shop to my website. And the only reason I didn't do that, because I know some people were like, well, you already own a website, like, why wouldn't you just put your shop there? The reason for that... the most upfront, you know, thing is that the service that I use for my website, I pay for just a regular website right now. I don't pay for an e-commerce website. So to add an e-commerce platform to the website I currently have on the platform I'm currently using, I would have to pay like another $200, if not more, a year on top of the money I'm already paying, which is a few $100s. So it's when I'm at the point where I am with my shop, where it's very small and it's not like, or I'm not getting a regular income off of it, it doesn't pay for me to upgrade it to the point where it costs me more money than I make from it. In the future, you know, maybe I would add it to my website, but right now my budget just does not allow for that, so that's why I didn't do that. Because I know people are like, why would you go to another platform when you have your own website? But that's kind of how it is. You know, each platform has its own ups and downs, and ideally in the long run you want to run your own website with your own platform, and that's great if you can afford to do that. But right now I do not have the money to do that. So it is what it is. And of all the options, you know, I was previously debating moving the store over to my Ko-fi once I started using my Ko-fi account, because I've had my Ko-fi account for years and I just never used it, basically. I just didn't know what to do with it, because I started my Ko-fi when I was working my full-time job originally, so it was never meant to be like a thing that I used all the time or, you know, regularly. I don't know what I was really planning to do with it when I first started it. I was just like, oh, well, it's a little thing, like a little tip jar or whatever for, like, when I do art commissions, because back then I was doing art commissions more often. And then I just kind of dropped off of using a lot of the art websites, and I wasn't active in the art community anymore, so my Ko-fi was there, but it just didn't get used. I think previous to getting back on streaming, I had only ever gotten, like, one Ko-fi tip ever, so it's not like something I was using a lot, despite having. And they've been upgrading it a lot over the years. Like, they're planning on right now in beta, they're doing beta testing for tier support, which is, you know, kind of like Patreon. But you can't really compare the two because they offer very different services. Because I know a lot of people are like, well, why would you go to Ko-fi instead of Patreon? But they're legally, like, you're only allowed to do certain things on Patreon. And not that I'm doing anything, you know, shady with my Ko-fi or anything like that, but they don't, like, you can't automatically do, like, direct sales and stuff on Patreon. Like, you can do tiered, like, rewards and stuff, But it's just better to host everything in one place as opposed to having a bunch of different places for people to go. Because we all know that, like, people don't want to go all over the place to look at your stuff. They want to go to, like, 1 or 2 places, and that's kind of it. So I'm like, okay, we have the Twitch, which obviously is my streaming platform for right now. I would like it to stay on my streaming platform. I know that, you know, people have complaints about Twitch, but people have complaints about everything. Right now it's working for me, so it's where I'm at. Long term, who knows? But I've been on Twitch for, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, I think. It's been a while. Even though I didn't stream for a long time in the middle. But I've had my account, and I've been active on my account for a long time. Obviously, my website's more for, like, when I apply for jobs and stuff. It's not really, like, a casual posting ground. I have an Instagram that I don't really use. That's why I don't advertise it, because it's not really active at present. I would like to get it more active this year, but it just hasn't been a priority, honestly. So, yeah, big picture, I just kind of want to have, like, here's my website when I apply to jobs, and here's my Twitch when people want to see me stream, and here's my shop, and, like, my coffee and my shop being in one place is kind of good, because it helps get eyes on my coffee, and people who go there for one or the other kind of see both. So, you know, you never know. And I do want to expand the things that I offer in the shop. The beginning of this year has just been a lot with the dog, and with, you know, COVID life still, and all that chaos, and just house things, and just life in general. You know how it is. You always plan for, like, so many things, and then other shit happens. So, you know, just kind of trying to not be, like, too hard on myself, and, like, things like this with the Etsy hiccup, like, that are unplanned. Like, I was planning to update my Etsy this month, and then with that happening, like, I had to remove my entire platform, so wasn't planned, but it's, you know, just roll with the punches, as they say, alright? So, do as much as you can. I try, like, because I'm still, like, in a weird, like, fatigue state, I try to not super overdo it, but lately I've been doing, like, almost nothing, and it's, like, really bad. And I know part of it is, like, recovering from being sick, and part of it is, you know, being on new medication that I know is fucking... Ooh, look, we got a sailor hat. You know, the new medication, which makes me, like, either nauseous, or tired, or feel kind of bleh, and it's an adjustment period, and it's been a little bit less than a month, so, you know, I can't expect it to like, magically feel great, like, you know, 3 or 4 weeks in. So I'm just trying to not, to be too hard on myself. It's hard to not be hard on myself, because, like, I feel like I'm getting nowhere fast, so to speak. So there's lots of things I want to do. It's just, like, the spoons and the energy to do it, you know, have to be there at the same time. Lots of planks. Okay. Raindrop thingy. We'll go check the battle barn in a second. But yeah, so, you know, I'm just trying to migrate the shop is this week's new unexpected main goal. I always click on this by accident. Obviously, I want to get back into streaming. There will be some stream hiccups this month, but hopefully not as many as the past, like, 2 weeks. Let's see. Add one more lump stump to the wildlands. Do I have a lump stump in my party? I don't think I do. No, I don't. So, obviously, because I got really sick after my first vaccine, I know that I'm gonna get sick after my second vaccine, because people who had COVID itself, like, tend to get pretty shitty feeling after they're, well, not sick, but they feel sick, I should say. Because obviously you don't get sick from the vaccine. But I was bedridden from my first one, so I already am expecting to feel like poop after my second one, and my second one is in a couple weeks. So I'm pretty sure that the day after that I probably won't end up streaming based on that information. And, I mean, obviously I'll play it by ear. If I feel fine, I'll stream, but I probably won't feel fine. So, after the first vaccine, I had a fever over 100, and my, like, left side was basically not usable, so. I felt better, like, after a day or two, but it was really bad, like, the first day and a half or so. Pirate hats. Yes. Lots of mushrooms today. I need some energy, though. I'm almost out of energy. Where's my little sales dude? There he is.
Oh.
Yes, it is a lovely day. We'll just take 3 for right now. But yeah, so I've been having all sorts of stupidity around here, which I don't even want to get into that, because I will go into a full-on rant if I even begin to talk about the situation where I live. It's not good. It's very not good. Let's take a look at the battle barn. Today is a Nam Nam seed, a Snurfler, a Tud, a Moogie, and a Radlab. I mean, I guess we could do it for the XP. Why not? It's a Dumburb. Let us... Did I pick the... I didn't notice that this was a signatures only battle, and I might have fucked up. This is gonna be the slowest battle ever. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. If I would have realized it was signatures only, I wouldn't have picked him. This is gonna take forever. This is gonna be the slowest battle we've ever had. We're gonna have infinite hype, though. Oh, so while I was on unexpected mini hiatus from stream, so I'm up to season... I think I just finished season 3 of... Wait, what did he just use on me? Oh, he stunned me. I got up to like season 3 or 4 of Bokuno. You know, it's nothing groundbreaking, but, you know, it's fun. It's a nice, easy watch, I would say. I'm on I'm on part 2 of JoJo. Which, the tone shift between part 1 and part 2 is significantly huge. So, that was, you know, kind of nice. Well, we're winning this, even though it's not the greatest win we've ever had in this fight. Years ago, I started watching, Dragon Maid, and I don't remember even where I left off. I watched like a few episodes and then I stopped for some reason. I don't know if it was because I was working at the time and I just didn't have time to keep up with shows. So I'm restarting that. And I know that for Anime Book Club this month, I put Laid Back Camp as one of the shows because a lot of people recommend it. So I haven't started that yet, but I'm gonna start that. Okay, signatures only. We need to take that into account. less risky. Stun, stun, stun. I know Radlad's got a pretty good, points and hype. You know, we'll try these two. And I didn't realize that this season of Pose that just started this week is the last season, so no spoilers, but I recorded it, but I haven't watched it yet, so... Let's see... We could do... You know what, let's do this. And that. I am sad because somebody... So I never really go on Instagram. Like, lately I've just been going on Instagram at night, like when I can't sleep. Just like scrolling through and looking at stuff. And fucking Instagram spoiled the ending of the Demon Slayer movie for me, and that fucking pissed me off. Because my brother and his wife and I think her sister and her boyfriend went to see the Demon Slayer movie in movie theaters, and I didn't go because, you know, a pandemic is happening. And he said that, like, everybody was there, everybody was, like, cheering and crying and cosplaying, and he was like, it was like being at a convention, and it was so good. And my brother doesn't like Demon Slayer, which I don't know why he went to the movie, because he doesn't even like the show. And he didn't like he was like, the movie was well animated, but I don't like the show, so I didn't really care. And it's like, why the fuck did you go to the movie theater then to see the movie? And he also only watches the dub, which is even funnier. But I really like Demon Slayer, and which I know, basic opinion, blah blah blah, but I really like Demon Slayer, and I didn't go to the movie, and I told him not to spoil me, and then fucking the internet spoiled me, and I was like, motherfucker. So, if it's still playing in theaters, like, when I'm vaccinated, maybe I'll go see it, because he did say that they're, like, you know, spacing people out in the movie theater and stuff, like, they're not just, like, sitting people all together, but I really haven't left my house since, like, 2019, so I, like, told him, I'm like, I'm not running to the movie theater of all places to, like, go outside my house for the first time, so we'll see. But if not, I know it's hitting streaming, I think in June, the beginning of June, they said, so it's not a long wait for it to hit streaming. He just said that the animation was so good, like, that you should see it in theaters if you can, but I'm just like, ugh. Like, at least, if not, like, I would not go before being vaccinated, at the bare minimum. Alright, yay, we won that one and actually had some points that time. Okay, 2 battles now. Let's see, what else has been going on? So, I also, because of the whole, you know, vaccine situation, so where I live, everything is open. Everything's been open, which is its own issue, but at the same time, like, because everything's open, like, you know, it's a hot fucking mess. But I want to, so pre-pandemic, I really wanted to join this dojo. So I've been following this one dojo in my state for like more than 10 years. And by following, I mean like they do like public performances and they do like exhibition stuff, and they perform at events, and they perform at like the big like performing arts centers here and stuff. So like they're well known. They're, you know, they're not just like some random strip mall kind of dojo. And I've always really enjoyed watching them. Like, I've seen them a ton of times all over the place. And they have classes, you know, like most dojos tend to do. They have their exhibition group, but then they also have classes. And they have beginners classes, intermediate classes, etc., etc. And before the pandemic, I was like, oh man, like when I get, like, because I was job hunting before the pandemic, I was like, oh, you know, when I get a job and have like regular income, I really want to join. What did I just do? I hit the wrong button. I really want to join this dojo, or at least go take classes or whatever. Because obviously, you know, stuff costs money, and I need income to pay for things on top of rent and bills. So then the pandemic happened, obviously, and I did not get a day job and did not get regular income, and did not pay my bills, and etc., etc. So now that everything's open, I'm hoping that once I get my second vaccination, that I can get like a day job. Hopefully it won't take me too long to look for a day job. Like, I'm not being super picky. I've been job hunting remotely during the pandemic, but I just haven't had any luck actually finding anything, or getting anything, I should say. So I'm probably just gonna like go out and like get a job at like a bakery or something, or, you know, at a cafe or whatever, and like just get a day job. And even if it's only part-time, at least it would like probably pay my bills, or at least most of my bills. It's not like I have a very luxurious lifestyle, so, but if I get something that at least covers my bills, then I'm hopefully gonna join this dojo, or try to join this dojo, because they're taking adults, they're not taking kids during the pandemic for new students. I mean, I would say it seems like a mostly adult dojo in the first place, because it's pretty difficult and pretty physically demanding. It's not like, you know, those karate classes for kids kind of things. It's a taiko dojo. So the reason I didn't go like 10 years ago or 5 years ago when I had like a well-paying job was the dojo was actually not close by me. They were in another city, but it wasn't like in a main hub of a city, so to speak. It was like in a warehouse district in a city not close to me, and I don't have a car, so we don't really have public transport here. So you kind of have to have a car if you're gonna go to like buttfuck. You can't, like, you know, walk or bike ride or get a bus or a train or something. So I didn't go because it wasn't close to where I worked or close to where I lived. And then they moved at some point since then, and now they're like in the city, just like not my city, but a city that's adjacent to my city. So it's actually feasible now to like catch an Uber or something, or if you really wanted, I guess theoretically you could bike ride. It would be a long bike ride, but it's like, oh man. So that's hopefully a thing that will happen if I get a job soon, or a regular income of any variety soon. Oh my god, we are 1 point away. Are you kidding me? But yeah, so that's one of the few things that I want to do, like, because I'm sure if I get like just a regular day job, I won't be able to afford to move, which I really need to move, but it would take forever to like save up, because paying like regular bills, like even if I pay just my baseline necessity bills here, like rent, insurance, medical bills, etc., like I still wouldn't have enough money to save. So it's like, oh, well, if I get a good paying job, it's one thing, but if I get like a baseline job, it won't be enough to like actually move with, you know what I mean? Because the price of living here is very high, so like I couldn't get like an apartment with a job like that. We win! Yay, 1 point. And I know I'm rambling about like whatever, but that's what happens when, you know, I have quiet chat. I talk to myself. I will say I'm hoping, we got another Nam Nam, this week. I would like to start clearing out these indie games that we've started but not finished on stream. So later this week, we're probably going to revisit some of those that we started but haven't finished. We still have to finish Katamari. We still have to finish Small Burb. We still have to finish Samarost 3, I think it's said. Any of the games that were too glitchy to play, we're not going to revisit, just because that's a game issue, that's not a me issue. Yeah, I guess we'll go check out the other areas, just in case there's somebody exciting. There's a few things I want to update on my stream. So, hopefully, I will get some work done on that this week. I just know, like, doing the shop migration has really... The shop migration has really been an unexpected dump of workload. It's one thing when you're planning to do that much work, but when it's dumped on you unexpectedly, that's another story. Turn around. There we go. So, I'm hoping to get that done, hopefully today or tomorrow. But we'll see. Because it is very tedious. Get some of these flowers. But yeah, so that's about the excitement here. I don't get my second vaccine until, like, I think the last Sunday of the month, or the second to last Sunday of the month. Not for a few weeks. I think it's still, like, basically 3 weeks away. Or technically just under 3 weeks. 3 weeks from yesterday. Or, no, 3 weeks from Sunday. This past Sunday. I think it's Monday in my brain. Don't mind me. So, you know. I know a lot of people have been enjoying the new Pokemon Snap. I have refused to watch anyone stream or play the new Pokemon Snap because I don't want any of it spoiled. Which I know is dumb, because it's not really, like, a spoilery kind of game. But, like, when I play it, I want to just enjoy it, like, totally from scratch. So I know, like, all of my friends have been playing it, and I haven't been lurking in anyone's streams, but that's because I've been avoiding the game. And the same thing with all, like, the YouTubers I watch. Like, I haven't watched any gameplay of it. I've seen the trailer that they released, you know, a while back, and that's it. I have not seen a single bit of gameplay. As much as I want to, I just want to... When I get to play it myself, I just want to enjoy it, because it was such a huge thing. The original was such a huge thing for me. I'm like, I want to enjoy this on my own. Or just, you know, firsthand, I should say. Not necessarily on my own, but I don't want to watch other people enjoy it to enjoy it. At least not until after I've played it myself. And I love that they made it so that you can sync it to, like an Instamax printer, and you can print all your photos at home. It's pretty cute, since we used to have the print stations at, like, Blockbuster and stuff. Or at doctor's offices, or libraries, or schools, or whatever. Got a lot of gems. We got a lot of stuff today. I'm surprised. We got a lot of flowers, we got some gems. We're over halfway to Halloween, which feels fucking insane to say. Like, you gotta understand, I love Halloween. I decorate for Halloween year-round. I am spoopy for life. So the fact that we're, like, more than halfway to Halloween of 2021, that feels crazy, because I feel like 2021 just started yesterday, and we're already fucking more than halfway to Halloween. And I'm not ready. And the world is not ready, and everyone needs to go get a damn vaccine and stay the fuck home for 5 minutes, because I miss actual Halloween. Sitting at home alone is not fun on Halloween when it's your favorite holiday out of every holiday on Earth. Christmas, don't care. Thanksgiving, don't care. Whatever, Easter, whatever other holidays, don't care. Halloween, don't fuck with me. And, like, where I live, like, we have some really huge Halloween events usually, so to not have, like, regular events and then also not have, like, big special events is, like, It's like, I at least want options. You know, it's one thing to not go to a big event, because it's like, oh, you don't go every year, because it's boring then if you go every year. You go, like, every 5 years or something. But to not even have the option to do something, it's like... Fuck, man, come on, like, at least give me an option to do something, or at least hang out with a friend, or go somewheres or whatever. Like, since I left my office job at the beginning of 2019, so you gotta think, February of 2019 I left my office job. I have essentially been home for 2 full fucking years, and then some, because I really, aside from working at RTX in the summer of 2019, that's the only thing I've done since the beginning of 2019. I have not gone anywhere, I have not done anything. 2 fucking years. If I would have known all of 2019 that I was going to be locked in my house against my will for a year, I would have been out and about all 2019. But my sanity is gone, my friends. It is gone. We have a Nam Nam to plant. What's a good place for Nam Nam to be planted? Do I have a spot up here to plant them in, or is there no space? I think there's one over here. Okay. Let's plant our Nam Nam or Nom Nom or however you say his name. Do I have anything else to plant? I don't think so. But yeah, so I miss going to like the comic book store. I miss going and buying Halloween shit for my shop that I used to. So like, if you've never bought anything from my shop, I pack all of my orders like trick-or-treat bags. Halloween tissue paper and trick-or-treat bags and candy and you know, little stupid Halloween toys that you would get like trick-or-treating or whatever, and Halloween stationery and stamps and crap. And like, I used to go like once a year and stock up on like all of my Halloween stuff, and I have not gone since like the beginning of 2019 to get Halloween stuff, and my heart weeps. My heart, because I love shopping for stupid little Halloween shit. Ugh. Love it. So, I don't think I have enough energy to burn at the Nerdy Mine, but I guess I could. I'm already, like, snoozing. I miss Renaissance fairs, I miss conventions, I miss all of my friends because none of my friends live in the same state as me. I was really excited in the beginning of 2020 to, like, go to the gaming shop and to meet new friends locally, since I don't have any local friends, and then that didn't happen. Okay, I can probably get, like, 5 nerdies before I pass out. Yep, that was it. That was it. It was 3 good swings. But yeah, so I just wish people would care. That's all, without getting on, like, a huge soapbox rant. I just live in such a place that has not cared since day 1 of the pandemic, and it's really frustrating to be, like, what feels like the only person to care. It's so frustrating. I just want people to care so that everyone can be safe, and then things can eventually level out enough to be normal without people dying from it. Look at my one sad seed that I planted. Let's see. Anyone exciting? I don't think this is anyone I don't have. I miss going to, like, even small, like, local events. Like, we have Japanese festivals here. Yeah, you hear that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Sandai. Yeah, it's a baseline, pretend to care. Like, you don't have to love every single person on the earth or whatever. Like, I'm not asking for some, like, great world peace level of fucking, you know, care. We're just literally asking for, hey, get this free vaccine and then sit the fuck home for 2 weeks and shut the hell up. Like, my state is currently, I believe, leading in new COVID cases actively right now. And we have, like, literally no one's booking vaccinations. Like, we have an overwhelming amount of available appointments. And it's like, why? It's free. More than 25% of the fucking state should be fucking vaccinated if every county has available vaccination appointments every day. What the fuck? It'd be one thing if it costs you money. I could understand, like, it being a cost issue, but it's free, whether you have insurance or no insurance. Walk the fuck in, get the fucking shot, and go the fuck home. Ugh. It's like, I sat home all 2020. I did not do a damn thing. And the 2 people I live with did not sit home a single day. And guess who got fucking COVID from them going out every day? Me. Like, thanks. I'm so glad I sat home for a whole fucking year and a half to get fucking COVID from 2 people who don't care and don't believe in science. Yeah, it's like, even the people I live with, so like, even though they were anti-vax or whatever, they were the first to run out and get vaccinations as soon as the tourism companies were like, well, we're going to demand you get a vaccination or we're not going to let you go on cruises or go, you know, travel or whatever. That was the only reason I think they got vaccinated. I don't think they got vaccinated for any other reason. Because they're like, oh, we don't know what's in it and it hasn't been tested enough. It's like, you don't know what's in any vaccination you've literally ever gotten in your entire fucking life. Shut the fuck up and take the fucking shot. Now, if they were vaccinating 6 billion people and everyone fucking dropped dead the next day, I think you'd know. Like, come on. So it's like, so they ran and got vaccinated because they were able to get vaccinated via their job. Well, I was, you know, originally not eligible because I was too young, and I didn't have, like, a doctor's note to be able to get vaccinated. So I had to wait until my state opened it to people under 50. And so then I tried to make an appointment, and I got an appointment, and that's how I got my first one. And they were, like, shocked that I got vaccinated. And I'm like, why would I not get vaccinated? Like, I want to get back to having, like, a fucking life at some point. Like, I haven't had a job since 2019. I have bills and shit. Like, what kind of madness is this? And, like, even my brother, who's in his 30s, you know, he's only a couple years older than me, like, he was like, oh, I don't want to get vaccinated, this is stupid, it's bullshit, like, it's a conspiracy. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people? You're in your 30s, you were not a boomer, like, what the fuck? Like, go read up on it if you're that concerned, but really, you eat worse shit than you're gonna have injected into your arm. Like, it's so maddening. And, like, obviously, like, people like that, you can't talk sense to. You really can't. My brother did get vaccinated, and the only reason my brother got vaccinated was because I guess his wife wanted to get vaccinated, because her parents are older, and I think, like, the entire time of the pandemic, like, her parents weren't letting anyone visit because they're older and they, you know, didn't want to get COVID from the younger people visiting. And fair enough, I don't blame them. I wouldn't have wanted people to visit either. So, like, she and her siblings, like, didn't see their parents most of the year, unlike my family, who just, like, pretended COVID didn't happen. They all had Thanksgiving together, they all had, you know, whatever, and it's like, I was the only person in the entire family that didn't go to Thanksgiving. And it's like, you can all make fun and, like, call me rude or whatever, but it's like, I'm sorry, I skipped seeing my friends and all of my family and all of my in-laws and stuff, and still got given COVID by people. Remember when the rivers were flammable? Like, vaccines are way safer than just going swimming a lot of places. Come on, yeah. And that's the thing is, it's like, you work, like, the people I live with work in the public. Like, they work essential jobs, right? You're seeing tens of thousands of people a day, and you got COVID, and one of them almost died from it, mind you. They spent a week in the hospital on 24-hour care. It's like, you would think after that you would believe all of this. But no, it's all a conspiracy. The government's trying to control us. Do we still have to wear masks? Because I'm vaccinated, and I don't care that other people aren't vaccinated. I'm just going to go out to eat every day. And that's, like, the kind of people I live with. And it's like, seriously? Seriously. Like, after everything that has gone on, we're still playing this game. So, it's just so fucking confusing and maddening. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, it's like, even though I got sick, like, I still wouldn't say, like, oh, if I would have known I was going to get sick anyways, I would have lived my life. Like, obviously, I still would have isolated, because how many people, you know, did I not spread to? You know, like, that's the thing is, like, people only see it as themselves getting sick, and it's like, it's not about, like, yes, it sucks if you yourself get sick, but it's not just about you. It's about everybody. And you, just because you don't know these people doesn't mean you shouldn't get them sick. Like it's fucking stupid. It's like my doctor asked me when I had my regular checkup, like a, you know, month or so ago on the phone. They were like, "Are you gonna get vaccinated?" I'm like, "Hell yes, I'm gonna get vaccinated." I'm like, fuck. And my doctor's office wasn't administering shots at the time, and they started after the fact. And I was like, damn, man, like, if I would have known you all would have started giving them, I would have come and gotten it there, but I'm like, that's fine. I got mine. I waited my turn. I got my shot. And I will get my second shot And yeah, I think my brother only got it because his wife, like, made the appointment for him and, like, made him go. Because she wanted to get vaccinated. And it's like, none of them have cared. Yeah, it is really, like, I kind of was, like, I wouldn't say I was, like, misanthropic fully before the pandemic. I got wishies for that, okay. Like, I was kind of, like, I don't even know if I would be considered antisocial. I mean, I have PTSD from a lot of social-related stuff that's happened in my life. I've been through a lot of bad shit at the hands of other people, both strangers and people I know and family. So it's like, I already wasn't a fan of humanity before the pandemic, and I've been sick in another pandemic before. Like, this was not a first for me. Only last time, everyone wasn't dying around me, you know, so people weren't taking it like this time has been. But, like, it's just been, like, really eye-opening, like, how horrible people really are and how selfish people really are and how, like, people refuse to believe in science and facts and evidence and proof and, you know, just general, like, just look around you. And it's really, like, really made me, like, I kind of hate how much it's made me hate people. Because so, like, the only time I left my house, oh yeah, PTSD friend. Sadly, but yes. But yeah, like, so I only left my house really in 2020 to go to the pharmacy because I have meds that I have to pick up every month. And every single month that I went to the pharmacy, you know, I would wear my mask, I would stay away from people, you know, I usually walk or rode my bike, and I would go out of my way to, like, you know, distance myself from anyone I saw coming or, like, on the sidewalk or whatever. And nobody else was wearing a mask, nobody else was staying away from people, people were just, like, approaching, like, people would just approach me without a mask and just start talking to me, like, out of nowhere, and it's, like, literally, like, right up to my face, and I'm like, a stranger, like, can we not? Like, I'm literally gonna have, like, a panic attack, like, in public. It was so bad, and it's like, I just was like, okay, I guess and it's like, my family saw it as, like, oh, you just don't want to work, like, you just want to sit at home, and it's like, no, trust me, I don't want to just sit at home, like, if you think this is vacation, you're very wrong. I had somebody, I was out walking one day, or riding my bike or something, and I was passing through a pretty quiet area, like, behind a residential area, like, through a park, and it's, like, a park where no one ever goes, because it's not really a kid's park, and you're not really supposed to bring your dogs there, because there's no, like, lights or supervision or whatever, and, like, I went way out of my way to avoid everyone else who was, like, even remotely nearby, like, that I thought was gonna cross my path. So, like, I cut through grass, and I went through, like, an empty parking lot where there was no cars or anything, and I was like, oh, I'll just cut this way, and then I'll go home. And so I cut all the way through this empty parking lot. Not a single person was in this parking lot. Not a single car, not a single person walking. This guy takes his motorcycle, goes through the grass, and comes up and pulls up literally 3 feet from me, and just starts laughing, like, as he, like, crosses in front of me and, like, blocks me in. And it's like, what is wrong with people? Like, you're literally going out of your way to harass me during a pandemic. It's like, that's the kind of shit, like, I've just been, like, so over it. It's like, you literally don't know someone's life. Like, I live with 2 older people, you know, I have medical issues, I do not want to have another fucking illness, like, thank you very much. No existing is work when your brain is extra spicy. Yeah, extra spicy. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But yeah, it's like, people see it as being locked in your house for 2 years as vacation, and it's like, my dude, if I locked you in your house for a week, you'd probably go crazy. I just don't get people, you know, and, like, I've become... Oh, you okay, doggo? My doggo just made a weird noise and then jumped up. Okay, she has exited the room. I guess she's okay. But yeah, it's just, I really don't get people, and the pandemic has really, like, not helped my dislike of humanity. And it's like, me before the pandemic, I was like, I really need to make some friends. I really need to get out of the house more, and now I'm like, I don't ever want to see another human as long as I live. Like, it would be too soon. I'm just gonna move into a cave somewhere and never be seen again. I want some gleamy rain, man. I need some more gleamies. More gleamies. These weeds out of here. Yeah, man, I just don't get people. And it's like, it's a shame because, like, I know, like, in some places it's culturally, like, an issue. The whole, you know, the pandemic stuff has been very much a cultural issue. And it's like, where I live, we have a huge issue, and I've talked about this on stream before. Because we have a large minority population here, there's a huge, you know, historical issue of medical abuse, you know, on the black community and on other minority communities. And I understand that. I would, you know, it's hard to go, yeah, I trust the government to give me this free needle in my arm when they've done horrible, horrible things the same way in the past, you know, in the not distant past. And it's like, and I understand that, but at the same time, like, you're not the only person getting it, and if they're doing it, they're doing it to everyone. And it's understood, but it's also so difficult to watch because, like, a huge amount of my local population is just, like, refusing to get vaccinated just based on that. And it's like, but you need to get vaccinated. What's up, dog? What are you booping me for? Do not eat out of the garbage can. I love you, but no garbage can for you. You okay? What's up? No. Don't eat out of the garbage can. You can't eat anything out of there. And then, of course, dealing with my dog and her brain tumor. So we went back to the vet this week for, like, the 4th time. What are you shaking for? You okay? Sit down. You're fine. Which was a whole scene, which I will not get into because that was a hot fucking mess. Yeah. What are you shaking so bad for? Sit down. You can sit on the blanket. Sit down. So she's still on her meds, basically until she passes. I'm trying to not have to resort to putting her to sleep because I really don't think I have that in me after the last few dogs. But she's like still kind of at the same baseline when she's on the medication. When she's not on the medication, she's basically a vegetable. So the doctor doesn't really like keeping her on the meds, which I understand. But at the same time, like, if she's not on the meds, then she should not be kept alive. As sad as that is, but she's just not in, like, a functioning state when she's not medicated, so it's just really bad. What are you doing? Do you need something? She usually just kind of lays around when I stream, but right now she's, like, doing stuff, and I'm like, you okay? She's giving me a look. What are you giving me a look for? What do you need? It's not food time. You always think it's food time, but it's not always food time. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, doggos. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to sleep until the morning. I don't want to just take a nap. I say it 100 times, I'll say it again. I wish sleep was this easy in real life. Just lay down, fully clothed, giant backpack, go to sleep, wake up 8 hours later. Let's see. Ooh, thunderstorm. Oh yeah, we were supposed to, It can be, Ghost. Can I recommend depression-caused chronic exhaustion? I'll see your depression-caused chronic exhaustion and raise you depression-caused chronic insomnia for 33 years. I swear to God, the only time I fucking sleep is when I'm not in this house. I can't wait to fucking move and potentially sleep. I feel like being in this house makes me unable to sleep. Because at first I thought it was my bed situation, because I didn't have a bed for 13 years. And then I was like, oh, like, I'll buy, like, a really cheap fold-out solo bed. So it's, like, not even a fold-out sofa. It was literally, like, narrower than a twin bed. And then I still couldn't sleep, and I was like, okay, so it's not the not having a bed thing. And then I bought an actual bed. So now I have an actual bed, like a person. And I still don't sleep, and I'm like, oh, it was my brain the whole time. The meds that I'm on are supposed to help me sleep, but they don't really, because I still wake up, like, what feels like every 10 minutes. So it's not, like, sleep that's actually restful. It's like, I pass out and wake up, pass out and wake up. When I was younger, I always thought I was a narcolep, because, I used to fall asleep, like, anywhere and everywhere, but I think I was just so exhausted that I would pass out at random. Oh, sleep apnea. My stepdad has sleep apnea. That shit seems horrible. He has one of those, I don't know what it's called, but the sleep machine that you wear on your face, and it helps you breathe. He has one of those. Yeah, CPAP, there you go. I always thought that was it, but I was like, I don't remember if I'm remembering that correctly. But that seems to help him. That CPAP machine. I'm sure it's not easy to sleep, like, to get adjusted to sleeping with something on your face, but at the same time, it's like, but it helps you sleep, so eventually, you would think it's a good thing. Do we have somebody who can wear these hats? Oops. Let's see, who do we got who can wear hats? Let's give you a hat. How do you look with the pirate hat? Oops. Go back. Go back. I wanted to see how the sailor hat looked. It's a weird feeling both on your face and in your airways. Yeah, I'd assume it's... Look at him with the stupid sailor hat. I love it. Yeah, I'd assume it definitely is an adjustment kind of thing. Because it's like... basically, like, what forces you to breathe. It, like, forces air into you. Yeah, we'll give you the pirate hat for right now. Actually, how's the pirate hat look on... How does the pirate hat look on Tud? That's pretty good. Nah, not the glasses. How about the glasses for you? You got googly eyes. It's a steady flow of air, so your airways aren't like... Oh, interesting. I like how I was like, oh, I'll give him the glasses because the glasses are really big and doofy, and it's like really small on his face. Okay, well. It looks like his eyes are censored. Whoa, what's going on over here? Wilted carrot. Get out of here. Wilted carrot. CPAP machine. I've always wondered if I should go for a sleep study one day when I could actually, like, do that. Because I assume it's not free. My stepdad did that when he was getting diagnosed with sleep apnea. He went to, like, sleep studies or whatever so that they could, like, observe him sleeping. And I'm like, they would just be observing me, like, thrashing in a bed. Oh, he had to go to, like, an actual place for his. Oh, you could do it at home? That's interesting. Do they, like, hook a machine up to you or something? My brain probably goes fucking crazy when I do fall asleep. Because, like, for the longest time, I had no dreams or nightmares, like, at all. Like, ever. I think because I didn't sleep long enough to actually have dreams. And then, I would say in the last couple of years, I've started having nightmares, like, every night. Simple little kit and one of those finger clamps, and they test your oxygen levels. Interesting. Because, like, I've gotten to the point where some nights, like, so I used to have my bed, like, kind of in the middle of my room, like a normal person, and I had, like, a dresser on the side, you know, like a little nightstand or whatever, and, like, every other night I would thrash so much that I would manage to, outside of my bed, hit my head on the edge of the nightstand, or knock stuff off of the nightstand, like, by flailing. And then I moved my bed into the corner because I was like, okay, I can't keep hitting my head because, like, I've had enough concussions in my life. I don't need more brain injury. And I would hit it, like, fucking hard. Like, not even, like, a bump. I mean, like, writhing in pain level of hitting my head. And so I moved my bed into the corner, and then I was like, you know, I would, like, hit the wall or something, or I'd, like, punch the wall. Or at one point, like, I would wake up in the middle of the night completely, like, have no idea where I was, but I'd be, like, standing on the far side of my room from where my bed was, like, trying to climb out of a door that wasn't there. Like, I didn't know where I was in the room, or, like, where things were in relationship to me. So, like, I definitely have sleep issues. That's not a question. Originally, my doctor was like, oh, well, if you just have sleep issues, like, we'll give you some Klonopin, and, like, you can take it at night, and it should knock you out. Which it didn't. And I got immune to, like, I built up an immunity to it really fast, which is not good, because, like, you can get very addicted to that. I was on a super low dose, but, like, they were like, yeah, we don't want to just have you on that every day. Like, that's for emergencies. I'm like, well, you told me to take it as needed, and I said it's as needed daily. So then they told me to stop taking that, and they gave me a SSRI, which is what I was recently prescribed, that I've been adjusting to, and I still, like, at present, like, I feel very fatigued all of the time, but I don't sleep any better, at least not as of right now. Obviously, it might improve after a little while, because I've been going through, like, the weirdness of, like, being nauseated and being tired and all that other stuff. Like, my brain is kind of gooey sometimes. So, I know it's all, like, an adjustment period and, like, finding things that work versus things that don't work and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just trying to, like, figure it out. But I know, like, being here is not helping the situation. I need to move, but that requires money, and all the money I had to move is now gone because of the pandemic. Because I had money to move, and now it's gone, so... You know, it's one of those kind of cycles. Like, literally, in 2019, like, I even went and, like, looked at an apartment with Marcy, and she had no idea why they rejected my application, so... I had, like, I literally was gonna pay 2 years of rent up front, so... I was like, here's the proof that I have money. I'm gonna pay your rent 2 years up front. I need to... whatever. I guess if the test was inconclusive really bad, maybe I would have had to go in for more intense. Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. I'm excited for a new Ooblets update that's gonna come soon. Next month, probably. I keep trying to get in contact with this local LGBTQ plus center that I went to years ago, because they offer free mental health stuff for the community, and I keep sending them emails, and I keep not hearing back, and I know that they're probably very, you know, overwhelmed, but I've been trying to get in touch with them for months to try and get help, and I still haven't heard back, so I'm like, I keep emailing. I emailed them again this week, and I'm like, hi, hello. You keep posting on your thing to send you emails if you're interested in joining this program, and I keep emailing you, and I really want help, and I really need help because I can't afford therapy. Like, I miss my therapist so much. Like, I had such a good therapist, and ooh boy do I miss therapy. Like, there ain't enough therapy on the face of the earth for me. I really have been trying to, like, get myself to, like, at least be kind of productive at least some of the time, as opposed to just, like, wanting to lay face down all day every day, because that's kind of where I've been at, no lies. So that's, like, getting back to streaming, you know, because even though it's not the most, like, you know, labor intensive or, you know, lucrative side hustle or something, it's something to do. It gets me out of my bed. I talk to people, which is more than I can say for my non-streaming time. I don't really want to talk to the people I live with, and I have to, so I would rather talk to you guys than talk to the people I live with. And again, cannot wait to be fully vaccinated and to, like, be able to go to a store and not feel like I'm gonna have a massive cardiac arrest panic attack. Because, like, I have gift card money that I've had since, like, the end of 2019 that I have not used, and it's like, I could shop and not have to spend money and have things and, you know, not feel so crummy, because it's also, like, the circle jerk of, like, back to, like, people saying, like, oh, sitting at home for 2 years, it's like being on vacation. Like, there's also, like, the other side of that, which is, yes, I've sat at home for 2 years. No, it's not like vacation because it's not fun to sit at home for 2 years, but also because I'm not working, like, you also have to think about the financial side of sitting at home, which is like, okay, if you work remotely, you're not really sitting at home. You're still working. If you're sitting at home, aka not employed while you're sitting at home, not making regular income, like, not only are you still paying bills and running out of money or potentially going into debt, but you also aren't getting to spend money on, like, fun or leisurely things. Like, I don't go out to eat, or I don't go shopping for fun things for myself. Like, the only things I've really spent money on in the pandemic, I've bought, like, you know, for a while I was buying, like, once a month, like, takeout, and I stopped doing that, and, like, that was, like, my biggest treat myself thing. And then I've bought stuff for the stream, but that's for the stream. That's not, like, for personal, like, leisure use, you know what I mean? To me, I treat my stream stuff like work equipment. So, ooh, I got obsidian from that. But I also haven't, like, gone to a comic book store and bought, like, a cool comic or a figurine or a book to read. Or, you know, I haven't, like, bought a freaking, you know, I haven't gone to a movie. I haven't, you know, gone to a gaming shop and bought a game or, like, played a game with somebody or something, or, you know, all that kind of stuff that's attached to it. So, you know, people see it as, like, one thing, but they don't really understand, like, the full picture of it. So it's like, I hate having to, like, monetize everything I do, but while I'm unemployed, technically, or self-employed, if you want to call it that, like, that's kind of what you do. Like, oh, I learned how to knit, let me monetize my knitting. Oh, I'm playing video games, let me monetize my video games. Like, I'm not spending, like, all this money that I don't have. I don't have it. Like, my mom asked me the other day, she's like, oh, did you get your sister-in-law a birthday gift? And I'm like, with what money, my friend? Like, what money did I buy her birthday gift with? Like, I don't know what you all think I secretly have. What kind of battle was this? I didn't look, and I keep forgetting to look. Freebie, okay. Freebie battle. And it's like, yeah, I'm just trying to not go into massive crippling debt. Just trying. Real hard. I don't know. It's like part of why I came back to Twitch. Like, I was gonna come back to Twitch either way, like, before the pandemic happened. Like, it was literally on my my end of 2019 to-do list. And then I just kind of didn't do it for a year, and then the pandemic happened, and it was like, oh, I should probably do this. So, like, either way, I was gonna come back to Twitch, whether it was full-time or part-time or once a week or something. Because I used to stream casually while I worked at the office, and then it just was, my internet was too shitty and my computer died, and too many factors played against it. But since our internet has been changed and I have a new computer, well, it's not new now, but it was new at one point, you know, 2 years ago or whatever. So, a computer that works, I should say, because it's not that new. But yeah, so it's like, oh, well, you know, it gets me out of my bed, it gets me talking to people that are potentially not psychopaths. Maybe I make some new friends, have people to game with, try some new games when I can. That's a lot of points for one turn. I get to watch these little Ooblets dance. Did he just stun me? Gosh dang it. If he wins because he stunned me, I'll be mad. Oh no, and he's stealing my points. Oh hell no. This motherfucker. Oh, he's probably gonna win. How shitty. Cause I need another card. I don't have another card. We just lucked out. Yay. Our extra pull was 6 points. But yeah, so I'm slowly trying to be, like, productive in some capacity with my life during all this pandemic stupidity. Like, I want to do more with my shop. Obviously right now the priority is migrating the entire shop, which is a little tedious. Potentially list more things in the shop. obviously keep streaming. I wanna do more with streaming. I do really. Let's see. I'm just hoping the rest of my week has 0 noteworthy events because May so far has been too much. Yeah, that thing you posted about the dog was fucking wild. What else has been going on with your May so far? We're only 4 days in. Saturday I had to go to the ER. Oh yeah, the ER thing. So so your cat, did your cat get sick from eating something, or what happened there? Because I only saw like the tweets after the fact, and I was like, oh, your cat is sick, and then I saw that something happened with the cat, you went to the ER, but I didn't like see the full story, or I think I missed something. Sorry, your cat is sick and sent you to the freaking ER. That's fucking horrible. He's got a sensitive tummy, I think, so I think his cat treats gave him bad poops. No, that's not good. He just gets inflammation in his intestines. He's not sick. Okay, well, at least he's not sick, I guess. I don't know if that's better or worse, because that sounds pretty horrible, too. But yeah, he did not appreciate the bath and pulled a bunch of stuff down on himself as he was flipping out. It's easier to treat than sick, at least. Oh, well, that's good, I guess, then. Not a fan of the bath. He just needs anti-inflammatories for a few days. Does that happen often, or not a regular occurring issue, I guess? Hey, sheep lattes, how's it going? Can't steal any points, there's no points. This is the second time it's happened in 9 months, so I guess it's not too frequent. Haven't watched or played Ooblets in so long, I miss it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't stream last week, I don't think at all, so I figured it was a good, like, ease back in kind of stream. Next update will be next month for Ooblets, for Port Forward, so I'm excited for that. Still a baby technically, gotta wait until he's older to give him treats, I think. He's a baby. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure about Thursday stream. We'll probably do, I don't know if we'll do, if we'll do, Pokemon or Indies on Thursday. And we'll do chat plays afterwards. We'll do a split stream, as we tend to do Thursday nights. They might win this. No, we're so close. Oh my god, they won. Oh well. Yeah, because we left off Pokemon, like, right before the first big quote-unquote event, like the exhibition thing. I literally haven't fought a single fucking person, and we did, like, a fucking 3-hour or 4-hour stream in that game, and we didn't even do anything. It was a fucking 4-hour tutorial or whatever. I've never heard of such madness. I found so many Pokemon in Snap that I've never seen before. Yeah, I really want to play the new Snap game. That's definitely on my to-do lists at some point. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, when I can anyways, is to get the controller for Taiko Master, because I got the game on super cheap sale, like 70% off sale, so the game went from being like $60 to being like $15, which was a great fucking sale. Like, usually games that are full price, like $60, $50 games, don't go on sale for that cheap, and I stumbled across that sale, and then I'll probably try and get Snap after that. I was so obsessed with original Snap when it first came out, so I'm actually like really excited for this, which is why I haven't been in anyone's stream, I was saying earlier, because I don't want to have like literally any of it spoiled for me. Like, it's such an important game from my childhood that's been like rebooted that I'm like, nope, I'm not watching any streams or gameplay of it. I'm gonna play it with totally going in blind. Like, nope, nope, nope. So at some point that'll be one of the next like games that I get. If I had thought about it, I probably wouldn't have gotten Pokemon Sword, and I probably just would have gotten Snap, but too late, I already did it. But, so, an idea that I had mentioned this on the Pokemon stream, that I wanted to do a regular playthrough first. I didn't realize that the game had a fucking 4-hour tutorial, though. Otherwise, I probably would have just gone straight into challenge. What I might do is make it donate to release challenge. So like, if you donate to the stream, I have to release a Pokemon from my box or my team or whatever. And I don't know if I would set a limit on that or not. I'd have to figure it out. I want to do some kind of challenge with the Pokemon run, but I don't know. There's so many options. There's infinite options. Rad lad, get out of the mattress. But yeah, I really need to get a controller for Taiko Master. I don't know, because I'm a smaller channel on Twitch, I don't know how risky it is to stream that game, to be honest, with the new DMCA rules on Twitch. I know obviously I couldn't keep the VOD on there, which isn't a problem because I put all my VODs over on Coffee anyways, but I don't know if the stream itself would be an issue, because I would like to do some Taiko streams. Otherwise, it's going to be a Coffee exclusive series. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'd have to try it and see how it goes on the old Twitch. But I need to get the controller, and the controller's more expensive than the fucking game. The controller's like $100, so that's like my next big stream investment is a Taiko controller for my Switch. I have it I have it watch listed on my Amazon account to see if it ever goes on sale, but I never really see it go than more like a few dollars on sale, so I don't think I'm gonna luck out on that one. And I've tried to look for like a used one, but most people are reselling them for more than they sell at retail value, which is really stupid, because for it to be used, like, I don't want to pay more for a used one than I would buy a new one. I don't think people understand how the used market works when it comes to peripherals, especially ones that you beat the living shit out of. Like, if anything, it's worth like half the price once somebody uses it. Oh my god, Cap, thank you so much. You do not have to do that. Thank you, Cap, for donating to buy Pokemon Snap. I will definitely do that. So maybe we'll play some Pokemon Snap later this week on stream. That is too generous. Too kind. We're gonna Pokemon it up. Maybe we'll have a double Pokemon stream. We'll play Pokemon Sword and hopefully get past the 4-hour tutorial. And we'll play some Pokemon Snap as well. We definitely need to plant some damn things on this farm. My farm is getting a little barren. I have too much farm and not enough crop. Okay, let us, we should buy some seeds, and I should also go get some people out of the wildlands. Because I don't have enough people to fill all these Oopcoops. So, I need to send everybody home, right? Yeah. So let's send everybody home, and then we'll go to the wildlands and pull some people out. Spring beans. Yeah, can't wait to watch some Snap. Trying to keep a stock of seeds to keep the Oopcoops full of seeds is stressful. Well, the thing too is, like, yeah, you can only buy so many at a time. So even when you have money, like, I finally got money in the game because I was broke as a joke for a while, and then it's like, oh, well, you can only buy 20 or whatever at a time, and it's like, well, I don't always come by seeds, so I'm not doing well on keeping up with that. So let's buy a little bit of everything. Because I think I have more than enough money to buy stuff. But it's like, I'm also not crafting stuff that often, so it's not like I'm going through all of this crop. Just buy everything that we can. It's the stuff in the other places that's more expensive that's usually the issue, so. But at least I can afford to buy seeds for once, because for a while I was like, I could buy 3 seeds today. I have no money. I'm like, how is my video game life like my real life? I can buy 3 seeds. 3 magic beans. Wait, what did that say? My pockets are full. Oh no, my pockets are full. Okay, so we'll have to go empty my pockets and then come back. That's fine, we'll do that. I'll come back. Let me go to the wildlands first and I saw fan art of Taffy the other day where it was like Taffy aggressively yelling the things that Taffy says, and I laughed so hard because that's exactly how I mentally read it when I see it on screen. Because like all the expensive recipes require tons and they take forever to process. Fair enough. Alright, let's go pull some people out of here. Boop. 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 It looks like they just appear out of my, like, feet. They don't even, like, come out of the gate. They're just, like, spawning out of my feet. I think that was... I wasn't counting. Okay. That's my first team to bring back to the old barn. I started looking at some of the stuff that we talked about the other day, so I think I'm gonna try and experiment with that Blurp website app thing. It is so hard to not just like pick all very like well-known meme sounds. I'm like, oh, this seems like a fun thing, and I'm like, how over it am I gonna be 2 seconds in? Because I do want to start setting up more creepy coin things. I was trying to make a cardboard gashapon machine for my creepy coins, and I've talked about that on stream before, and like I don't know if my brain is just too monkey to figure it out or get it to work correctly, and I'm like, okay, I made like one piece of the thing, and I was like, this is something that requires more spoons than I have at the moment. Are these worth any? So you actually can't reconstitute those. That's interesting. I was curious if you could, maybe. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a ding-dang second. Weren't my pockets full? How did I pick up cans? How does that work? Getting a balance between the cost and the cooldown is important. Balance, schmalance, we will just die. That's how this works, right? We just drown in failure. Okay, let's go drop off some people and drop off some seeds. If you drop stuff, the cans appear in your inventory. Alright, let's see what we can give people to plant. Or to tend to. Let's move some of this. Seeds for everyone. Seeds, so much fun. That's the new hit single, Seeds. It'll be on vinyl next week. Seeds for all of the Ooblets. 2 and 6, and we'll put somebody in here. Okay. Some people in there. All of the oobs. 6. Oops. Okay. Slowly getting some of this stuff put out. Club, let's find you if we have any roommates that are available that are not my regular go-tos. I might need to go get you somebody. I think everyone that's loose, we have that extra nam we can throw in there. Who was that down at the bottom? Oh, I thought that was highlighted. Okay. Yeah, I don't think anyone else is loose. That's fine. All of the crops. Just running wild. Okay. We need to get some more people from the wildlands. Got some more wishies. All of the seeds. All of the seeds. Ooblets till? Is that a thing? Am I dumb? I mean, I am dumb. I already know that answer, but... Because he's dancing around where there's no tilled ground, so... Oh, they do till. Huh. I didn't know that. Okay. I learned something new. Okay, slowly filling up some of these slots. Yeah, I didn't know they tilled either, and I just saw that happen, and I was like, are we for real? I've been tilling this damn ground myself all this time, for no reason? So we learned something new today. Ooblets till the ground. If you leave them alone. I love Lixer just running around with his giant crown and his fucking popsicle. I love it. Okay, I think we've gotten everything in my pockets planted, right? So let's go put some stuff in the storage, because my pockets are still crammed full of stuff. Anybody else got anything? Okay. Not too shabby. Let's go drop some stuff off. I mean, some things I'm getting a little, you know, a nice little collection of for when I do need them. So, got a few hundred of some things, because I never fucking make anything. Yay, recipe pieces, my favorite. Recipe peas. Wow, I wonder what recipe pea we'll get. Wow, it's almost like there's no more recipes to learn. Okay. We have mostly emptied the pockets. We have a few things we could get rid of. Okay. Okay. Let's go get some more people out of the wildlands now that we've got our seeds planted and our pockets emptied for the most part. Still have quite a few people in the old wildlands. Let's pull out some green ooblets. Green team. Greenish and yellowish, bluish team. I don't have any more green ones. Dang. I mean, that's weird. Like, wouldn't let me go up for a minute there. That's strange. Well, yellow. That's the cousin of green, right? Okay. Look at our team. It's so mostly greenish, yellowish. That's actually kind of aesthetically pleasing. Look at them. Look at them. Mushroom. I'm taking them out for exercise. They need to run. Did we didn't battle barn today yet, right? Or was today the day we lost, or was that yesterday's day? It's all one big day in my brain. It's a freebie. Let's try and battle up some of these less common. Fluster and stun. Fluster and stun and steal. 20 points. I don't point of warm up. Warm up. Let's try and level up the one that's not a level 3 yet. Go, little cactus friend. Let's see, after Fluster. Well, we can win, so we'll just do that. Let's see, we're gonna continue to try to level you up, and we will throw in, we'll throw in Monkey Face. Why not? Stun target for 2 turns, or 4 points, get hype. I love that one glitchy clicky clause in the background who's just like going to town. Add 3 fluster, add 3 points, steal 4 points. Well, of course we'll add some fluster, because that will only help us. 3 points, 5 points, and steal 4 points. Let's see, we're only a few points away, so I think we're actually good. Last battle of this tournament. Let's see. Let's see. Not much in terms of point cards. Add fluster, add 2 points, turn 7 points. Always hit him with the fluster. We have to beat the red lad to getting points. Fluster did help us, though. Yay! Another tournament down. Level up on Flicky Claws. Moogie Seed. Okay, green team. Back to the barn we go. They're so cute. Okay. Let us assign y'all some homes. Guess we should start on the top left and go from there. Okay. Top left is full. Second one is full. You can have a whole Nam Nam party. There we go. Beep 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 beep. Beep boop beep beep beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Burp boop blop beep. Bleep bloop blop 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 blop. Let's put in you and you. Everybody gets a home. Everybody gets a home. Gonna put everyone into a home. No! I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Get out of here. Get here. Okay. Boop, boop. Boop. Didn't mean to pick him up, so I'll put him back for the moment. Getting all of our friends out of the wildlands. Do 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 do. I have 2 left. In a couple of minutes, what I might do is take a super quick break to walk the dog, because it's been a little bit. I've been streaming for about 2 hours, so I might just take a quick dog walk break. Hopefully she didn't already, like, go in the house, because sometimes during the stream, instead of, like, telling me she needs to go out, she just, like, goes. Which, you know, isn't the end of the world, but... Okay. 2 more people in the wildlands to go retrieve. And then we can continue our quest for updating the farm. Everybody's released! So now if I go into the wildlands, is the wildlands empty? Because, like, before when you'd go in, you'd see, like, a bunch of the ooblets that you had in there. So now that I've removed everyone, I wonder if it's empty. Shrumbo, you can hang out there. We do have quite a few friends occupying the coops. Quite a few friends. We still are missing a number of people, obviously. Or ooblets. They're not, I don't know if you consider them people, but... we will eventually get everybody. And I know they said that in the next update there will be new ooblets as well, so that's also good. Start upgrading these bit by bit, bit by bit. We are almost out of clothlets though, so we probably won't be able to update all of them because it takes 4 to do the first level. Yeah. Yeah. We might have just enough to do the brown ones for right now. Ooh, do we have just enough to do the brown ones? Nice. Perfect, okay. Everything is at least out of the first layer of coop. Grab these few Ernies. And I will also... let's see, where are all of the children? Why is my phone flashing? What is happening? What is happening? Please don't. Anything but that. I don't know. Where are all of my friendos? In my list, there is Tud. We will take Tud back for right now. We will take Lixer with the crown back. We will take Honey with the little sailor hat back. Take Clomper. And Spuddle. Radlad. I think that's... is that everybody? I think that's everybody. I feel like I'm missing one or two. I guess that's everyone. I guess that's everybody. Right? Okay. Now. We need more friendos, but I would prefer to get more gleamies. So... okay, we are out of energy. Fantastic. Okay, I think while I nap, I'm gonna go ahead and take the dog out, and I'll be right back to continue our hunt for gleamies. So I'll be right back. It should not take long. Okay. Dog break is complete. Oh my god, it's like 100 freaking degrees outside. Yeesh. I walked outside to bring the dog in. My freaking feet got burned. Okay, we are jumping back into it. Did I just exit? Yes, I did, because I'm a dummy. That's fine. Hey, I played 0 minutes ago. Did you guys know that? You don't say. Okay, yes, we want to sleep until morning. That's fine. We need gleamies. Gleamies. No gleamies. No gleamies. Dang, we got a bunch of obsidian though. We do need to go catch some new friends of some kind. We do have that one seed to plant, so I guess we should do that too. Okay. We'll just plant you right here. That's fine. Okay, let us buy some seeds. Hey, tokens. Nice. Eventually we're gonna have to craft, because slowly I'm burning through my money. We should go buy some of the more expensive seeds, too, from the other regions, because I did not do that. Non-competitive dance-offs. Isn't that what, like, being drunk in a bar is? For most people? I don't drink, so I don't know, but that's how it comes across. Speaking of non-competitive silly things, I don't understand the point of Mamunia seeds. No recipe requests that I've seen use them. The Ooblets there don't need those plants to be battled. Really? I mean, I know I don't craft often, but really? Maybe future recipes will? I don't know. That seems strange. Like, something's gotta use it, right? Because, I mean, at least now the cactus flowers you use to make the tea, so, I mean, that's a thing, even though it's not a seed. And the gears you use, so that's so strange that... Weird. Okay, so maybe not Mamunia seeds. They're not urgent. At least not right now. Maybe future recipe. No. I'm trying to talk to this guy. Well, I will at least go to, nowhere and get some stuff from there. Talk to Taffy. Gonna... Dim-dam! Dim-a-dam! Dim-a-dam dome! Doug Dim-a-dome. The Dimsdale Dim-a-dome. Jesus. and we'll go see if there's any interesting oobs. Because now we have all these coops, and our coops are not even full. I still need more gleamies. More gleams. What are the 2 seeds sold here? They're spark flower and artichoke. I guess you're right. That's so weird. We'll take some of these flowers, though. And more shit that I don't need, but I can at least turn into... What I should do is start turning all my crap into fishing bait. Because I don't have any fishing bait. And I do have lots of crap. Can turn some of these sprockets that I don't use into fishing bait. Oh, well, what I was saying before I lost my train of thought. Speaking of non-competitive silly things, so if you're on my Twitter or on my very ghosts-like Instagram account that's full of corpses, actually, I wiped most of my Instagram accounts. They're actually not full of corpses, but they might as well be, because I don't use them. I'm doing something called Make Shit May. Hashtag Make Shit May. And basically, it's just a no-pressure sort of, like, do something kind of thing. I won't even call it a challenge, because it's not meant to be, like, a competition. Whoa, did my stream just drop? I think my stream just dropped. My stream is having a stroke. Okay. I think my internet just completely dropped out. Are we back online? I think the issue should be resolved. I looked over and my OBS was all red. That was unexpected. We haven't really had any downtime on stream recently. My internet just completely went... Are we good? Are we live? It looks like we're okay. That was crazy. Sorry for that little bump there. My internet went, nope, never mind, I'm done. Let's get some of these. Oh, we can get 25 of these, but these are more expensive. Okay. It's a lot of money. It's $1,000. I'm like gonna be out of money when I buy all these seeds. Okay. Is green button. This is what it takes. Globlobs. Those dregs. Gotta love technology. Sometimes it just has a spasm. Should be live, we should be live. If it's delayed, you might need to refresh. You might need to refresh. The one good thing I will say is that I have my OBS set up to not record alongside my streaming. So I record independent of the stream. So when I post the VODs aren't as interrupted. Not that, you know, when I know there's downtime, I stop playing so that, like, we can wait for the stream to refresh, but at least it doesn't, like, I don't have to piece it back together. Because when I first started streaming on this new software, you know, it auto sets to record, and if your stream goes down, which if anyone was around the first like month of my stream, it was going down all the time. It breaks up your recording, and I had to keep patching them together, which was not easy to do nor fun to do, and it was very time consuming to process. So now I don't have to do that. I just run the recording separate of the stream so that if the stream crashes, the recording still runs. Okay, I should probably make some fish bait, right? Because we can use these to make fish bait. Yeah, let's go ahead and use some of these to make fish bait. Oh, the internet likes to implode occasionally when you're trying to use it. Oh, these take a while, huh? Okay, that's fine. We'll come back. We'll come back. How much bait do I have in there right now? Not enough. We're at 54. Okay, yeah, we'll come back later. That's fine. We'll go plant some stuff. We got some smeeds. Some smeeds that need to be planted. Oop. Got some stuff to pick up. Fantastic. We didn't make any new friends. Whoa! This is not good news. No, 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 no. This is not good news at all. I forgot. Because there's nobody in those coops, those plants are all gonna die, which is not great. I'm gonna save you, plants. I'm gonna save you. Okay, let's move some of these sprinklies. It's not gonna water everything, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Well, we need to make sure not to do that again. Oops. Oh, hey Marcy, thank you for resubbing for 7 months. How are you doing today? Lurking because I'm in office, but I got you on the Bluetooth earpiece. Well, I'm glad that you're doing well. Hopefully, the new Jorb has been going okay. That's always good. Is there one up here? Yes, okay. I'm trying not to plant where the places I don't have people yet. Which is pretty much all I've got left, I think, which is not great. Hello! Coffee, please. Coffee, please. Try to get these few seeds planted. What is going on here? I can't see. It just says nothing. That was weird. Okay. I think everything else is mostly occupied. Because I gave these guys seeds to plant. I need more ooblets, because I have all these empty coops. Ooblets for my cooplets. Okay, still holding out for gleamy rain, man. I really want some gleamy rain. I thought I gave that house that's just north of me seeds. Why does it look like they're not doing anything? Did I not give y'all seeds? I thought I gave y'all seeds. Okay. As good as it's getting for the moment, because I don't have anyone in these coops, so I don't want the seeds to just get gross like these other ones did. And I don't know how I missed that, but okay. Can I get everything over here? I think so. Okay, it's not everything, but it's better than nothing. Still have more stuff to plant, but I need people in oop coops to tend to them. So we have some stuff I can drop over here. I don't think we did Battle Barn today, so we will go check out the Battle Barn. I am very tired, as we can tell by my character, who is basically dead on their feet. We put in some stuff to turn into fish bait, but it's going to take a while. Normal vanilla dance battle for Rad Lad. Sure, why not? My character right now, like him literally dancing asleep on his feet, is how I feel most days. Ooh. Get wrecked, clicky claws. I got some wishies. Wishies. Just pass out in the middle of the tournament. No. Don't steal my hype. Three turns. 3 turns is kind of a long time, but you know what? We'll try. Hopefully we win before 3 turns. Uh-oh. 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 I might have fucked up. They're gonna win. They're gonna win. No, I fucked up. Yep. They won. I fucked up. Wah wah. Oh well. We got some XP. Brad lad, what are you dancing for? You're going in soup. As punishment for your loss. You're gonna be turned into hummus for losing and shaming our dojo in front of the whole entire town. That escalated quickly. I love Rad Lad. I won't eat him. Do we think that Rad Lad and like other Ooblets that look like things are actually those things? Like, is he actually made up of radish, or is he an animal that looks like a radish? Right? Because he could be made of radish and he's just like a sentient radish, or he's an animal that's shaped like a radish. I think he is a cousin species to a radish. It's also a valid theory. He's the evolved radish form. To have legs but no arms. He can run away from predators, but he can't really do much else. Could you imagine if you were, like, walking on a hike and suddenly, like, a radish ran by you? Like, didn't look like an animal, just was a radish with legs. Let's check on this, fish bait situation. Holy crap. Well, we can get some damn fish bait for once. We'll go fishing after we go to sleep, because we're, like, dead at this point. That's, like, part of why I always liked, like, Pokemon growing up, because it's like, okay, it's implied that they're, like, monsters that exist in the world just like animals do. A lot of them are treated similarly to animals, like you see, at least in the anime and the manga and stuff, and sometimes in the older games you would see, like, you know, there was Pokemon that were treated like livestock, there was Pokemon that were eaten, there was Pokemon that were, like, pets. I've got, like, 100 saved up for if I need them and port forward, the rest go into the reconstitutor. Yeah, fair enough. But, like, I always liked that, where it was, like, they're treated like normal existing animals, and then you have people who train them and battle them, which I always thought was kind of weird, because it's implied that they don't die from battling, that they faint or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, you're training, essentially, wild animals to fight. So you're essentially like a dog fighter, or a chicken fighter, or whatever. But with a different type of animal. And some of the animals are much bigger and scarier and more powerful than the other animals. I don't know. It was always just, like, such a weird way to approach a universe. That's why, like, in theory, I always liked being, like, a Pokemon researcher, or a Pokemon, like, you know, field photographer, or a field artist or something. Than being, like, a trainer, because the concept of, like, this is my dog, and my dog is my best friend, but I also make my dog fight until it passes out every day. Like, that always seemed so weird to me. And, like, they all start out weak, and then they get stronger, and, like, that just, I don't know. Okay, quick farm run through, and then we can go fishing. Fishing. Okay, a little bit of stuff. Try and get some of these nerns. Because it's like, oh, Magikarp. Magikarp's the most useless Pokemon, but it evolves into, like, one of the best Pokemon, and it's super giant and scary and eats people and destroys ships and shit. And all you need to do is kick it one time really hard, and it gets pissed off and turns into a fucking sea monster. But until then, we just cook it in sushi. Or prepare it in sushi, I should say, not cook it in sushi. Is that considered cooking? Because if you're not actually cooking it, I don't know. But yeah, that's, you know, Pokemon world be crazy. But that's also why I thought, you cook the rice. Fair enough, you do cook the rice. So I guess technically it is considered cooking. But it's just like the movie, Detective Pikachu. Like, that was such a wild fucking plot theory, right? Like, the quote-unquote twist. Because at first you're like, oh, it's a talking Pikachu, like how Meowth can talk, because Meowth, like, you know, learned from people so much that it learned how to talk in the anime and in the manga. And then you find out it's something much more sinister and fucked up than that, and it's like, wow, this movie's really fucked up, and this was meant for children. When I went and saw Detective Pikachu in theaters, mind you, because I thought it looked so ridiculous. And then when you actually find out what the actual plot is, you're just like, what the fuck? When I went to see it, I was one of, like, 3 people in the theater. It was me, one lady who was, you know, another grown adult sitting in front of me, the row in front of me, and then there was, another adult woman who had a small child with her. And, like, I am convinced that kid enjoyed that movie significantly less than the rest of us. Yeah, it was very what? It was very dark, and it was very absurd. And it was like, if you had left it at, like, oh, dude is working with a talking Pikachu played by Ryan Reynolds, that's the plot of the movie. Okay, cool. Like, you know, if you've played any regular Pokemon game, like, there's always some kind of, like, genocidal maniac, or, you know, just someone's trying to take over the world, or someone's trying to destroy the world, or someone's trying to genetically mutate the ultimate Pokemon. Like, that's nothing new. Like, all those kind of plots have been in Pokemon games since the beginning. But then you get to, like, the actual plot of the fucking movie, and you're like, wow. This is definitely meant for the grown-ups who grew up with Pokemon, and not the small children who were in the movie theater seeing this. I was like, damn. It was very absurd. I mean, that similar plot has happened in the anime before, so you know, it's not, again, like, something that hasn't been covered in the universe. Like, Ash was turned into a Pikachu once. That's definitely a canon thing that happened in the anime, so... I mean, like, that kind of shit is, you know, it's not unheard of for Pokemon. It was just very strange for, like, a big-budget movie to be about that. I was like, okay, that's kind of dark. Because I'm like, that's some fucked up shit. Like, in theory, like, that's some pretty fucked up shit. But Pokemon's always been, like, very weird. Like, they've had some weird plot lines in Pokemon, both in the manga and in the anime. Like, so recently, since I've been starting to watch more anime, since I haven't watched anime in forever, if you watch certain shows on, like, Crunchyroll or other American licensing platforms, there are episodes that auto-dim during action scenes. It's based off the game of the same name, so there was a whole video game already about that weird plot. Yeah, I never played the game, so I knew nothing about how similar the game was to the movie. But, like, it took me a minute to realize why they do that in American licensed anime now. It's because of that whole incident that happened with Pokemon years ago when we were kids. Because Pokemon the anime gave a bunch of kids seizures from the flashing colors. So now, like, when I watch Boku no Hero, there's literally, like, entire chunks of episodes that are just blackened out so that they don't give people seizures. I was very salty about the movie because the logo on the plot point looked very close to an R, and I was hyped for Team Rocket, but then it wasn't Team Rocket. I would have loved for it to have been, like, OG, like, Team Rocket in a relatively live-action movie. I don't know what my weird obsession with Team Rocket is. I really don't. I have, like, a very weird thing with Team Rocket. It was one of my first cosplays as a young person, and I just love OG Team Rocket so much. And I've always wanted a Pokemon RPG game where you can play, like, you start out as a regular kid learning to be a trainer, and then your decisions in the game decide whether or not you get recruited by the evil team or not. I would kill for a game where you play on Team Rocket, like, in a regular Pokemon game. You're given the option. So, like, you and your rival, like, one of you goes good and one of you goes evil. I would fucking kill for that game. I want a game where, like, I choose to, like, fight a specific gym leader, or I, you know, jump out and steal someone's fucking Pokemon, and then I get recruited by Team Rocket. I want that fucking Pokemon game. And then the rival is the good guy of the game, and you're the fucking bad guy. I would love that. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I want to be, like, the Team Rocket in a fucking Pokemon game. That would be fucking awesome. Where, like, your rival, you still have rival, but your rival is the good guy, and you're the person who's in the way. And you could still win. Like, I would still want it to be a winnable thing. Where, like, Team Rocket actually succeeds. Whatever the plot of the game is, your team succeeds. Or even if it was player versus player, where it was, like, an online thing, where it's, like, all of the Team Rocket people could fight. You're the bad guy in somebody else's game that chooses to not be a bad guy. And, like, the actions of all of the players on the bad team, like, add up. I remember when Pokemon Go came out, I was like, I will pay real American dollars for There's a Team Rocket outfit in Pokemon Go. That's what my character wears. As soon as they released the the Team Rocket outfits, the original Team Rocket outfits in Pokemon Go, I was on it. I was like, I don't even play this game enough, but I need to wear a fucking Team Rocket outfit. So my character, he wears I think a Mimikyu hat and a Kojiro style Team Rocket outfit. I don't have my Team Rocket outfit anymore because I wouldn't fit into it anymore. I like literally made it when I was in high school, when I was like under 100 pounds and fucking like a twig basically. Got some wishies. But man, like if I need to like get a new Team Rocket outfit because I fucking loved wearing that at cons. Get some peepers. Some peepers. How do I get stuck everywhere I go in every game? This is why they put Pokemon Snap on rails, so that people like me don't get stuck in the bushes every 2 seconds. Could you imagine? I would die in that game. I would be stuck in a bush for 3 days and I would starve. What do I need to get this rad lad? I need 2 hop domes. We'll go check out the other regions real quick. I didn't mean to push you. I was trying to talk to you. We'll just check for other Ooblets real quick. I'm just trying to get this. Excuse me. Excuse me. What does it take to get Hermble? Quib? Oh yeah, they all take Quib here, don't they? Which is weird. Oh, Team Rocket. I had one of those, to show my con-going age a little bit. Around the same time that I was wearing my Kojiro cosplay to anime conventions, I was also wielding a yaoi paddle, which got banned at conventions pretty much everywhere shortly after they became a thing. Back when they were not banned at conventions. I still have that paddle. It's like in mint fucking condition. It's probably... I could probably resell it for fucking money, because you can't find them. Like, you can't find the original ones, like, anywheres now, because they were banned in all the conventions. So the companies that were selling them at conventions stopped making them because they couldn't sell them anymore. Or at least not where they were really intended to be sold. I don't even have one that says yaoi on it. I literally have the one that says uke and seme on it, on both sides. It was such a great prop for photos, though. I don't know if they're still banned or not, but I know they were banned for a long time. I can't buy all of them because I am going to run out of money soon if I keep buying so much. But I just need to buy some so that we have some for when it comes to crafting time. I remember seeing them at Otakon the one year I went, and none the second time I went. Yeah, it didn't take long for them to get banned. I don't even remember what year I bought mine in, but it had to be when I was in high school. I've had mine for a very long time. One of the decals is peeling a little bit, but it's like not even noticeable because it's like a clear sticker on the handle or whatever. Yeah, it was in the early 2000s, definitely. Because I graduated high school at the beginning of 2006, so it was definitely in the early 2000s. Because me and my friends would road trip for conventions a lot during high school. Like, I would say, probably like end of middle school, early high school, somewhere in that area, it had to be, so... Man, those things were everywhere for a hot minute. People just, you know, and it's just like everything else, like, even nowadays, like, you still go to a convention and you have to see cosplay as consent everywhere. Cosplay is not consent on every sign because people don't know the difference between, like, you know, getting permission to take a cringy photo or to do a stupid sketch for, like, a Vine or for a YouTube video and actually assaulting people. It's like, yes, I carried a paddle for a prop for my costume, but I didn't ever actually, like, beat the shit out of somebody with it. Like, I literally, like, we would pose with it, but we wouldn't actually, like, assault a stranger. Like, even in high school, like, we knew better. But obviously lots of other people did not know better, and therefore they got banned very quickly. But I still have mine. I haven't looked to see if they're still banned or not, but I do still have it. Get some tokens, because I haven't been checking these homes, and that means I'm missing out on some good token real estate. I've been looking at so many freaking anime memes and videos and shit lately. It's like my brain cells are dying. I don't know how me and my brother are related. I've decided, like, we are so different just across the board on everything. Like, two siblings could not be less similar, both physically and mentally. I'm so convinced. Like, when him and his wife heard that I was, like, starting to watch anime again after a long time of not really watching anime, like, they were like, oh, nobody ever wants to watch anime with us, but now you want to watch anime on your own, blah, blah, blah. Like, we were doing what was cool. But it's like, they don't like any of the same shit as me. Like, anything I watch and like, they're like, oh yeah, we didn't like that. We didn't finish that. And it's like, how are we related? How were we produced by the same person? So it's like, he acts like he's excited for me to watch anime, but then, like, we don't like the same stuff. So it's not even like we're talking about, like, the same show or whatever, because he likes very different stuff than me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, obviously everyone's allowed to like whatever they like. But he's very much a person, and I've talked about this before, where he's, like, he'll go on a website and, like, you know, archive, like he'll use, like, my anime list, or he'll watch, like, on a platform that uses ratings or reviews or comments or whatever. And he thinks that nobody else should be entitled to an opinion. Like, he's like, well, none of these people have any taste, so they shouldn't be allowed to comment on the episodes. Like, comments should be disabled. And it's like, but people go on there to talk about the show. Like, that's the whole point of them having a comment section. It's like when I go on to Crunchyroll and I watch a show, like, I go down sometimes and look at the comments if it's, like, a crazy episode or something wild happened, and I'll be like, oh, what did people say about this? And, you know, like, for the most part, like, yeah, I'm not going to agree with everyone's opinion, but that's not the point. You're not supposed to agree with everyone's opinion. It's just supposed to be a place to, like, talk about the episode or the show. But he's very much like a, YouTube shouldn't have comments. People don't have the right to opinions. And it's like, that's... You also then don't have a right to an opinion. Like, he thinks his opinion is better than everyone's. And it's like, you're... No, stop. Please. So I try not to talk to him too much about anime because, like, I really don't agree with some of his opinions. Like, he has icky opinions, we'll just put it that way. I won't repeat them on stream because I don't want to get in trouble for his thoughts, but he has thoughts that I find very questionable as a grown adult. So, we don't talk about it, but it's like, he makes it out like he wants to be involved and he wants to talk, but then, like, he doesn't want anyone else's opinion. And only his opinion is valid. And it's like, okay, well, you don't make this any fun, so why would I talk to you about it? I'm like, this is why I, like, either talk to my friends or go online and talk to people, because, like, yeah, not everyone's going to agree with what you like or don't like, and that's fine, you know? But at the same time, like, people aren't telling me, like, you watch this shitty show, and you're wrong for liking this shitty show, and my show is way better than your show. It's like, no, you think it's better because you like it, but I also like my show, so we don't all like the same stuff. It's like me and him don't like the same types of video games, and we never have, and it's like, that's fine too. Like, you can play Destiny, and I'll play Ooblets. You don't like Animal Crossing, that's fine. You don't like, you know, chill games. You want to play first-person shooters or Battle Royale, and that's fine. You can play whatever you want. You're a grown adult. It's your money. Like, you can play whatever you want to pay for. Like, me and his wife joined in buying his PlayStation 4 back when Destiny first came out, like, years ago. It's like, don't shit on my games. You don't pay for my games. Like, I paid for your Destiny. You should be thankful I bought you Destiny, because you've spent more hours on it than anyone else I know. Like, you wouldn't have Destiny if it was not for me and your wife, because your poor ass would not have paid for a PlayStation, nor for a video game. It's like, we good. You're allowed to like it. I don't have to like it just because I paid for it. It's not my kind of game. I'm not an FPS person. Even if I was an FPS person, I'm not good at it. Like, it would require a lot of practice for me. Like, you'll never see me stream an FPS game just because I suck at them. Not even gonna hide that. That's not a secret. I'm not good at them. They're not games that I generally enjoy, and that's okay. I watch other people play them, because, you know, people who are good at them, or at least who are entertaining to watch, like, that's fine. I have nothing against the game itself. It's just not my jam. It's never been my jam. My brother's always been an FPS gamer, and that's fine. I like stupid games. I like chill games. I like silly games. I like stupid cute stuff. Not everything has to be like blowing somebody's head off. I think the world is violent and depressing enough as it is. I don't need to always be shooting somebody in a video game to enjoy a video game. Like, a good story is good enough, or even just a cute art style. I'm pretty easy to please. You went to every Otakon from 2000 to 2011. That's a lot of years to go consecutively to the same convention. Because, like, I live near some pretty big conventions, and I don't even go to them every year. Like, it's too much every year, you know? Like, every couple of years, sure. But every year, that's too much. And I like conventions, don't get me wrong, but the same convention every year, that's too much. Because even in high school, like, when me and my friends used to go to cons together from, like, high school and college, we would go around the state to different conventions. Like, we didn't always go to the same convention. Like, we'd go to Miami for a convention, or we'd go to Orlando for a convention. Like, we'd all get in a car and, like, car road trip or whatever, and, like, share a hotel room with way too many people, like you tend to do in high school or college when you don't have any money. And then I'd go to, like, furry conventions in Orlando with other friends. I'd go to anime conventions with some friends. I'd go to comic conventions with other friends. I did a little bit of everything. The only thing we really didn't have was gaming conventions down here. But since then, our local, like, anime convention has gotten pretty big. But it also is run like shit. So, I don't go to it every year, because even though it's close by, it's just run so poorly. I don't know if they've ever really gotten it settled, but working there was never fun, and going to it was never really fun. Like, hanging out with people was always fun, and cosplaying was always fun, but the con itself was just run so poorly. I couldn't imagine going every year. Like, I've gone to Dragon Con a handful of times, but I don't go every year because it's not close by, and it requires, like, you have to book it a full year in advance. So, like, you have to kind of either have vacation planned or have, like, a week and a half or 2 weeks off, because it's also a 7-day convention that goes 24 hours a day. So, depending on what you're into and, like, how active of a con goer you are, like, most people do, like, you know, 5 to 10 cosplays for it, like, or more. Like, you have to have the money to travel, to fly, or to drive cross state, or because it's in another state. You have to pay for the hotel room, getting around town, food. You know, it's like a full vacation. So, like, I've gone... I think the first time I went was 2005, and then I want to say I went the second time in 2011, so 6 years apart. And then I went again in 2000 and... I want to say 2016 was the next time after that. So, you know, like 5-6 years apart each time. Well, yeah, COVID obviously has now upended everything, but 13 people in a... See, so my thing was, in high school and early college, like, we would usually do, I would say, usually at least 6 people in a room. I don't know if we ever did as many as 13. But we also did usually pretty cheap hotels, depending on which con it was. So, and then we would, like, split gas and all drive together and stuff. And we didn't, like, we either brought food with us because we drove, or we would, like, go shopping nearby and just keep it in the room. But I will say, since college, I don't even like to room share, and I get, like, that it's obviously a very budget friendly thing, but I've just had so many, and I mean, like, terrible tier experiences doing room shares over the years. So I really don't room share anymore. Like, I room shared with Scarby last year for RTX, and that was, like, the most I've room shared in, like, 5 years. Because even at RTX, like, my first RTX in 2015, I had such a bad experience with my room share. So then I didn't room share after that until the last 2 years. So I did a room share split in 2018 with Katie and with Scarby, and then I did a room share with just Scarby in 2019. And it's just always such chaos, and, like, because I'm so introverted and my brain works, like, such a weird way, like, it's just easier for me to not room share than it is to room share. Like, I love being around my friends and hanging out with people and stuff, and especially, like, maybe it's because I'm there to work at RTX and more so than to attend the convention. Like, I'm not there to cosplay and stuff. Like, when I get back to the hotel room for the night, I just want to be left alone and sleep. Like, I don't want to talk all night. I don't want to, like, play video games all night. I, like, want to sleep before I have to wake up. Now, if I was there to just attend, then that would maybe be a different situation. But in terms of, like, going to work, like, I can't deal with, like, people being up all night, or, like, people wanting to, like, come in drunk in the middle of the night or whatever, or, you know, be on the phone or be blasting their laptops or something. Like, I just don't have the spoons for it. And, like, I paid a lot for my hotels at RTX. Like, I paid easily over $200 a night. So, I mean, it was an expensive trip. My flights were cheap, but my hotel rooms were always expensive. And so it's like, yeah, room sharing's great, but I always, like, came prepared to hurt in terms of a hotel room. And, yeah, sleeping on the floor and shit, like, that shit gets old. And especially, like, the older that you get, it's like, nah. If I can't afford to, like, go to a convention in at least moderate comfort, like, when it comes to, like, going to Dragon Con, like, I room share with people when I go to Dragon Con, but it's usually, like, 2 other people. It's not, like, 10 people. And even so, like, the hotel rooms are usually pretty expensive. It's just, like, I don't do con crunch anymore. Like, if my cosplay is not ready well in advance for the convention, I'm not con crunching to finish it. I'm too old to con crunch. Like, I literally, the last time I con crunched, I almost ended up in the actual hospital. Like, I actually should have been in the hospital instead of the convention. That's how sick I physically got from con crunching. So, I don't con crunch anymore. Like, my body literally cannot handle it. I can't handle to pull all-nighters and to be that level of stressed before traveling interstate or on an airplane or internationally. Like, it's just not healthy. Like, when I was 15, it was one thing to be sewing all night, before the convention, or to be literally gluing shit and cutting and sewing all week leading up to it, or all weekend before, like, or in the hotel room before the convention started. Like, my first Dragon Con, we drove. It was 4 of us in the car, and we left the house and drove and only slept on the side of the road, like, once during the night. And we got there at, like, 7 a.m. the Thursday of the convention, so the convention starts Wednesday night. We got there Thursday at, like, 7 a.m. and checked into the hotel and immediately went to the convention. Like, did not sleep, did not go to the hotel room and, like, do anything, unpack. We got into cosplay and we went straight to a 24-hour convention for fucking 7 days from driving. It's like, that shit would not happen now. So it's like, I try to plan for my cons as much as I can in advance, whether it be cosplay or packing or travel accommodations. It's like, big cons like Dragon Con, you literally have to book your hotel a year in advance. You have to book your ticket a year in advance. There is no last minute planning unless you know somebody who has a room or has a ticket for you. So, you know, it's always been good like that, because it's like, oh, August, you know whether or not you're going the following August. You have a hotel booked, or you don't have a hotel, because they literally book up like before October of the previous year. So, yeah, I've definitely gotten much better in my many years of going to conventions and working at various conventions of just drawing a line at certain things, whether it be con crunch or cosplay prep or budget or what I'm willing to put up with in terms of room share, because I have put up with nightmare fucking room share experiences in my life multiple times. I've walked into my hotel room and had people having sex on my pillow, even though they had their own bed, with their boyfriend who lived in the area of the convention while we were out of town. I've had somebody flood my hotel room more than once in a weekend and then not even attempt to clean it or clean up any of the mess. I've had people steal from my luggage. I've had people break my cosplay. I've had people not pay their part of the room share and just bail. I've had people, like, I've brought special food, like back when I had really bad digestive issues, I brought all my own food to the convention. I've had people straight up just steal my food while I was out of the room. Yeah, I've had all kinds of bad experiences with room shares. So, I just don't try to do it unless I really know the person very well. Like, the last people that I've room share, aside from Scarby, is my best friend of 20-something years. Like, we've been best friends since we were 4 years old. And another convention friend that I've known since, like, 2006 or whatever. Or 2006 is probably right. 2006 or 2011. One of those two. Somewhere's in that region of time. But yeah, I ain't sleeping on the fucking floor. I'm not sleeping in a bathtub. I'm, you know, not sleeping in a hot room because somebody doesn't want to put a blanket on. Oh, my game just froze. Whoa, chill out, game. What are you doing? You know, I'm not getting a roach-filled motel with no elevators because somebody doesn't want to pay $20 more for the hotel. Because I've also been at a convention with a ton of luggage and cosplay and stuff with no elevator. In the middle of fucking summer in Florida, which, hey, when it's 115 degrees and I'm wearing 20 layers of cosplay, I don't want to carry luggage up and down fucking stairs in a non-air-conditioned stairwell. You know? So yeah, like, I've definitely had my fill of bad fucking room share experiences. It's not that I, like, don't want to be in a room with people. Like, I'll be in a room with friends, that's fine, but, like, we all have to be on the same page. Like, even with no luggage, I would. So that's the thing, is, like, we booked the hotel way in advance, and we showed up, and we were like, hey, we're here to check in, you know, first day of the convention, Friday afternoon or whatever. And one of the biggest international conventions, so, like, the hotel knows what's going on, and they're like, oh, yeah, like, here's your room keys, here's where your room is, oh, and by the way, the elevator's broken. And we're like, oh, well, there's another elevator, so that's okay, like, we'll just take up the other elevator and go up. Nope, none of the elevators were working. I'm like, and I paid for this shit. And it was not even a nice hotel. It was like a fucking shithole. Katsucon at Omni, they shut down elevators that whole weekend, and we were on the 16th floor. Oh, that sounds fucking horrible. Yeesh. Ugh, yeah, fuck that noise. Yeah, man, I've just been to too many conventions in my life to, like, have any level of patience for, like, other people's stupidity. Like, people who are like, oh yeah, I invited a bunch of strangers to our room, oh yeah, and they stole our shit. Or, oh hey, I invited a bunch of people over without telling you, and now you can't sleep because there's 6 fucking random people in the room, you know, playing video games or playing a card game at fucking 3 in the morning. And you've been on your feet all day, but now there's somebody in the room. Like, I can't with that shit, man. Like, you want to have a party room, that's great. You get a room, and you have a party room. That's fine. I did not agree to having a party room, so you are not to treat this room like a party room when I booked it on my fucking credit card. And I'm always, like, the responsible adult in any fucking hotel room. Like, I'm the person who cleans up before housekeeping comes. I'm the person who puts out the trash. I'm the person who cleans up any mess. Like, I'm that person. I'm the person who leaves the tip. And it's like, nope, I'm over it. I'm done. No one else is responsible or kind or, you know, common courtesy. So I'm done. I will just stay alone. Even if it costs me more money, I will just save up to go to conventions, and I will enjoy my quiet time in the hotel, and if I want a friend to come hang out, then I will invite them to come hang out. Or vice versa, if they want me to come hang out. That's like, I don't mind inviting people back to the hotel room, but it's like, on my time. One bitch that was a friend of a friend dyed her hair blue and didn't... Oh my god. Like, when I've done, like, really bad, like, elaborate makeup in a con bathroom, like, I always bring stuff to clean it. Like, I come in, like, with it in mind that, like, hey, I'm using alcohol-activated paint, which means soap and water will not wash it off the sink. I'm gonna bring oil, and I'm gonna fucking clean the sink. Like, because I have to cover myself in fake blood, or I have to clean the shower, or whatever. Like, I cannot stand people who are just like, yeah, like, I ruined the entire bathroom. I am not cleaning it. I didn't bring my own towel. I'm ruining all the towels. I'm ruining the shower, the sink, or whatever. I can't with people, man. Yeah, you had to pay for the cleanup $500. Yeah, I'm not fucking surprised by that. I have always been, like, very on top of, like, making a mess when it comes to, like, prepping for cosplay or doing anything that requires any kind of paint or dye. Like, nope. I am very, very self-conscious of not leaving a gigantic disaster. Man, my first RTX, I had the worst roommate. I literally, like, she left the day before me, and she, like, really didn't think she did anything wrong, and I immediately banned her on all fucking social media and, like, unfriended her everywhere, and I don't think she had any idea. Like, she left me such a huge mess to clean. She flooded the room twice, and she fucking, just left, like, a giant mess. Like, it literally looked like a frat party had happened twice, like, in the weekend. There was food on the bed. There was fucking, like, literally there was, like, pizza on the bed. Like, not in a box, like, pizza on the bed. Like, there was food everywhere. Like, there was crumbs and grease and spilled drink, and it was so bad. And I'm like, she left a day early, and I spent the day after her leaving cleaning. Because I was not leaving that for housekeeping. Like, I got a garbage bag, and I picked up all of her trash. I hated that shit. I hate people, man. Like, people are so inconsiderate, both of other people in the room and of the people who have to do the housekeeping. Like, there's a convention going on. They have other rooms to clean besides this one room. Like, you are not the queen of the universe. You are some spoiled 25-year-old that has never worked a day in their life. I've also had the awkward moment of having people room share with me and agree to the price, like, ahead of time, and then, like, the day that they were gonna check out and go to pay, they're like, oh, well, I don't have the money, so my mom's going to an ATM to get the money to pay you. Like, your mom is paying me for your room share? Like, do you have no decency? Like, you agreed to this 6 months ahead of time, and you, in 6 months, don't have, you know, $300 or whatever. Like, you should not have come to a convention as an adult. You're not 16. You're a grown fucking adult human being. I would be too embarrassed to ask my money, like, ask my parents to come pay my friend because I agreed to pay for a hotel room I didn't have money for, and then in 6 months did not save up the money. It's better than the people who don't pay at all, I guess. It's hard to say. I just don't know, man. Like, I've never fucking, like, ruined a hotel room. I've never not paid somebody for my share of the hotel. I've never skimped out on the bill. I've never left a giant disaster. Like, I just don't get it. My best friend since 2002 is the one who organizes out hotel rooms and knows we can all be trusted and still asks us for our shares. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nowadays, I definitely ask for it ahead of time. It's like, oh, if you can't, like, my thing is, like, if I book a hotel room and then somebody asks, like, hey, can I stay in your hotel room? I'm like, this is how much money you owe, and this is when you will pay it, and if they can't do that, then they don't stay in the room, and they can act like I'm a villain as much as they want, but I've been skimped out on too much in my life, both by friends and by strangers. I do not stay with strangers at all now. I have to know you. Even if you're an online friend, that's fine. I consider that knowing you if we've known each other long enough. But you still have to pay me. And you have to act like a decent fucking human being. And if there's room rules, then it's for everybody. It's not for one person. Like, with COVID and everything, like, I don't even know what will happen con-wise. I've seen footage of people at conventions during the pandemic, which is wild to me. Because, first off, you could not catch me at a pandemic, catch me at a convention during the pandemic, first off. Masks or not, that does not matter. If you have ever been to a convention, you know people do not wash their hands, people do not shower, people do not wash their costumes. Like, people sleep and eat in the middle of the convention hall. Like, there is no level of cleanliness at most conventions. I'm probably the only person I have ever known in my life to go to as many conventions as I go to, and I have never, ever gotten sick from going to a convention. And that is because I shower at least once a day, if not twice. I carry hand sanitizer. I carry face-safe hand sanitizer and also wipe my face off during the day when I'm sweaty and shit. Like, the conventions here, like, a lot of times the AC breaks and it's like 100 fucking degrees and people are drenched in sweat and dying. They're crammed into a room, you know, 70,000 people or 150,000 people are crammed into a room. You could not catch me during a fucking pandemic at a convention. There ain't enough masks on Earth. Conventions could be studied by scientists as a massive petri dish. Exactly. For the longest time, I always joked with my friends that we should get a con booth and just sell deodorant and, like, spray and soap and shit. Because between hand sanitizer and deodorant and soap, like, either nobody would buy it or everybody would buy it and give it to their roommate. Because you don't know how gross your friends are until you've gone to a convention with them. I went to one convention many years ago with somebody who was a friend that was from out of state. And we went to a convention, and I never thought anything twice of going and room sharing with her. They had a Febreze booth one year at SDCC. I'm not fucking shocked. Because a lot of people don't wash their costumes. It's wild. They're worried about ruining them so they don't make them out of fucking materials that you can fucking wash or clean. Which is insane to me. Especially when it's usually something you sweat in a lot. But, yeah, so I went to this con with this friend, and, like, I didn't think anything twice of room sharing with her. Like, she seemed like a perfectly quiet, sane person, like, you know, to room share with. But, like, we'd go to the, mind you, middle of summer, hot convention, 100 degrees, uphill walk, downtown, you know, 150,000 people easy at the convention. And she'd come back at night and just get in bed. Like, next to me. Like, sweaty and hot and stank. And I'm like, are you insane? I'm like, there is a perfectly good shower 4 feet away from this bed. Why are you... Like, I can't speak for everybody. I am a person who, even at home on a normal basis, like, I shower before bed. Like, I am a shower before bed kind of person. Like, if I go out... Anywheres. If I go run errands, even if I'm not working and sweating, it was free, just walk up and they'd spray. Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing. It don't kill germs, but it at least makes you smell better. But yeah, like, it's like, if I go, even if I go to the store, like, if I go to the grocery store, if I go to the pharmacy, if I go to a movie theater, even before the pandemic, I don't get into bed. I take a shower, because, like, it's gross. You know? And maybe that's just me. I'm probably borderline germophobic, but, like, I don't want to get into my bed that I'm the only person who sleeps in my house. The hotel room, other people sleep in that bed. It's bad enough knowing that, you know? But it's like, to get into bed next to another person that's not your, you know, romantic partner or something, or a sexual partner, and you're, like, sweaty and gross. No. Gross. If you're out sleeping alone, you know, do as you will, I guess. But if you're sharing a bed, like, have some fucking decency. You stink. And, like, how do you tell somebody that they stink? There is no nice way to tell somebody that they fucking stink. Like, it's just, like, one of those things where it's like, and you're a grown adult. And we're not talking high school. We're talking in our 20s. Like, high school, okay, you're learning that you smell and, like, how to fucking take better, you know, hygiene of yourself. But, like, as an adult, you should fucking know to shower and wear deodorant and shit. Or perfume, or whatever you need to wear to not stink. And maybe, if you're a naturally stinky person that people, you know, tell you that you stink regularly, maybe you should take extra good care of your personal hygiene. Or if you're worried about stinking in front of other people, don't share a bed with strangers. Wet wipes and Axe body spray don't count as hygiene. I mean, to be fair, for a lot of convention goers, that's more than they usually see. So I would be thrilled if they started with that. It's funny because, like, the first year that I PA'd at RTX, so, like, the first year I worked at RTX, I was not a PA. I didn't start PAing until my second year. So my first year, I, like, came overly prepared because I didn't know what I was going to need to carry or not. And so, obviously, like, we're given hand sanitizer, and I had, like, an industrial-sized hand sanitizer pump that I wore in my belt, so, like, people could just pump and get hand sanitizer. And obviously when, like, your guest shakes a lot of hands or gives a lot of hugs or, you know, signs a lot of things and has to touch stuff, like, you know, they want to hand sanitize when they can't wash their hands every 2 seconds. And so, like, we had hand sanitizer, and then I also had brought from home, I brought, like, a huge amount of face-safe Purell like, it's not hand sanitizer, but it's, like, face sanitizer. I don't know what it's called, but they're meant to cool you down, but they're also literally, like, face-safe hand sanitizer. In wipe form. So he was cosplaying in a helmet, and, you know, he had a long, big beard, like a Viking beard, and so he got very sweaty, and I would always tell him, like, take these wipes, and he's like, I'm good, I don't need it, I'll just wipe on my shirt. And I'm like, no, I'm like, this will help you from getting con plague. So, like, when he saw me, like, using them all the time, because I was using them myself, I'm like, please feel free to use them, like, I brought them for you, like, they're not just for me. And so then he was like, oh, these things are fucking great. And I'm like, yeah. So, like, every year I go to RTX, if I work with somebody, I bring face-safe sanitizing wipes because I have never gotten sick from a convention. And I touch so many random people's hands, and everyone at RTX wants to give you a high five or a fist bump, or they want you to sign a thing or hold their camera and take a picture. And it's like, I touch so many dirty things. I touch every doorknob. I touch, you know, whatever. I carry people's bags and touch people's Sharpies and stuff. It's like, I am covered in germs, but I don't touch my face, and I fucking use hand sanitizer, and I wash when I'm at a bathroom, and I, you know, wash before I eat, obviously, and I also use face-safe hand sanitizer, which is the greatest invention, because it cools you down, and it keeps germs from being all over your face. And if you're in cosplay, wash your motherfucking cosplay. Like, even if you can't wash it every night at a con, like, between conventions, wash your cosplay. Like, there is no reason for you to wear stained, sweaty, grungy cosplay that's never been washed. No matter what fabric it's made out of, there is a way to clean it. If you need to dry clean it, if you need to get sprayed for cleaning it, if you need to fucking hand wash it, if you need to ask somebody to help you wash it, like, wash your fucking cosplay. Wash your underwear, wash your ass, wash your mouth, wash your cosplay. This has been a PSA. It's like, even when you, and like, people always joke like, oh yeah, people like convention smell. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I will say one of the cleanest conventions I've been to is probably a furry convention. And I'm sure not all furry conventions are the same, but furry convention I went to last, which was a long time ago, it was like 2010. So they have like a lounge, like they call it like a headless lounge, where you take off your fursuit head in a closed space, and you could sit down and cool off. And they had a rack made out of PVC pipes and fans, and basically it was like a hat rack, like an elaborate hat rack for a bunch of different spaces, and you could put your fursuit head on a little branch of the stand, and they would all be totally separated and supported. And then there was ventilation that came out of all sides of the PVC pipe and dried your inside of your fursuit head and cooled it off. So if you sweated up the inside of your mask, you could put it on this rack and it would dry out your mask. So you could spray it with cleaning spray and then put it on the rack, and it would make your essentially, you know, clean out a lot of the bacteria. Because you could, like, they make like alcohol-based sprays that you can spray inside fursuits that like don't ruin the color or the fabric or whatever, and it helps when you sweat up the mask, like in between full cleanings, you know, because a lot of fursuit heads are either need to be spot cleaned or, you know, hand cleaned or be taken apart. Some of them you can put in the washer if it's a soft build, but, you know, obviously the harder ones you can't do that with. But you could put it on a rack and dry it, and it was like the best thing to put in a lounge, because usually you don't take your fursuit head off in the middle of the con, at least at fursuit cons you don't. It's like considered like killing the magic, but a lot of people just don't do it for anonymity reasons, I think. But you go into the lounge and you like take your mask off and you could sit down and like have a drink and get a snack and dry your mask off, and usually you wear another layer underneath it that would like really be your like, like how you wear an undershirt where it like catches the sweat. So like you would take off your mask that you wear underneath and like dry it and clean it and everything, and it was like, oh, this is so great. Just sit down and fucking relax your feet and fucking get your shit cleaned all at the same time. Like, how great is that? And it's like more regular conventions are starting to get like lounges and like AFK rooms where it's like quiet and has like snacks or drinks or whatever, or fans set up for like cosplayers. So good. Because like you can't always go all the way back to your hotel room like as often as you would want to if it's not close or you're not staying at like a host hotel. As many issues as there are in the convention world, I do miss conventions in general because that's where I see all my friends. All my friends I see at conventions or at Renaissance Fair. And I miss both of those things. Weed, I just saw you pop up. Get out of here. Get out of here, weed. Do I have any seeds that need to be planted? I thought I had some seeds, but maybe I don't. Okay. Trying to get more gleamies, man. Not having any luck. I hear a thing. There it is. I do miss the conventions. I will say the one of the nice things also about like watching a bunch of anime recently is like it's kind of reinvigorating like those old feels of like, ooh, a character I want to cosplay. Because like really throughout the pandemic I didn't really watch any TV or movies. So like usually seeing media is like how I get ideas for like costumes I would want to do, even if I can't do them immediately, like even if they're things for like down the road. So watching all of this anime and like kind of playing catch up on media has also been really nice in that aspect, because even if they're not things I can afford to make now or skill wise can't make right now, like they're things that like I can be like, ooh, like this character's really neat and I want to cosplay this in the future. So it's been kind of cool to like have that feeling for the first time in a while. Like there's so many cool designs in JoJo that I would love to cosplay. Or interpretive cosplay, and I know I like tweeted at Anthony that that I want to cosplay Okuyasu and Josuke together, because I haven't even gotten to part 4 yet of JoJo, but I just like every clip I see of Okuyasu, I just love him so much. He just seems like best boy, and he's got like a relatively simple, he's like both relatively simple but also has a very interesting design, and he's very recognizable for having a pretty simple outfit. It's like all about the details more so than the overall, and if you do it as a pair, like it would just be fucking iconic. And Anthony's really short like me, so like I would want, like ideally, like obviously anyone can cosplay anything, I don't care about that, but like if I was gonna do like a planned group thing like that, like, I would love to cosplay with somebody who's kind of close in size to me, because, like, it would be so good for, like, photos and shit. Because I definitely fucking ship them. I don't know that Anthony feels the same way about that part, but, like, he was, like, when I was, like, we need to cosplay this, he was like, I'm down! Like, because Josuke is his favorite JoJo, and I fucking just love Okuyasu. He is probably gonna end up being best boy for me. Like I said, I haven't gotten to part 4 yet. But just from all of my exposure to him and his storyline and his character, I'm like, I love this moron. Like, he is a himbo, and he is just a good-hearted dumbass. And I love him, and he's got, like, an abrasive voice, which, again, like, you want to make a good dumb boy, like, give him a gruff, tough guy voice, even though he's supposed to be, like, 15 years old or whatever, and he sounds like he's a 40-year-old Yakuza member. And I love him. He's dumb. And I just love it. And he's, he's got like a stupid scar that is never even explained. He has a big X on his face, basically. That's like, well, it's not really an X because they don't cross. It's more like baseball stitching. Like he has a baseball stitching style scar on his face. And, they have like similar costumes, but they're also very individualized. So they're both, supposed to be in school uniforms, but they're both very, like, blinged out. So, like, I would love to do that. I would love to do, like, a Guido Mista cosplay if I ever got in any kind of shape. Like, not even jacked. I would just need to lose weight for that. Like, if I just slim down a little bit, I would feel confident enough probably to wear that. Because he wears kind of like a... I guess it's a crop top. I don't know if it's the difference between, like, a crop top and a midriff kind of style sweater, shirt. It's long sleeve, so I consider it a sweater. It looks bulky to me. It might be a shirt, but it looks like a sweater. But, like, I love Guido Mista. I think he looks really, really great in Part 5. There's just so many cool JoJo characters. And also, like, since I watched Demon Slayer, like, obviously the art of Demon Slayer is fucking great. And I would easily cosplay many of those characters. Both the good guys and the bad guys. Obviously, it's one of those things that's, like, heavily saturated in terms of cosplay. There's nothing wrong with that, like, you know, for it to be a popular show like it is. And popular movie. But I would love to do, like, some of the more obscure shit. Like, some of the demons or whatever. Because they're less commonly cosplayed, I think. Wait a second. What time is it? It's 2:30? Oh, because my stream stopped. I'm, like, looking at my timer, and my timer is off. What time did I start at? I started at, like, 11? I think. Did I start at 11 or 12? I think I started at 11. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just, like, looking at my stream time, and let's see. Okay, yeah, I started at, like, 11. So, I started at 11, so 12, 1, 2... Oh, so we're, like, almost at the end of the stream. Yeah, I might actually call it a little early, just because I'm not having much luck on this Ooblets today. But yeah, so given Cap's massive generosity earlier in the stream, we are going to play Pokemon Snap this week on stream. That'll probably be on Thursday, because as usual, I'm probably not going to be able to stream on Wednesday. Wednesday's usually my weird scheduling issue day where I don't really get any time to stream. But yeah, we'll play some Pokemon Snap on Thursday. Thank you again so much for that. Hopefully I don't have feels when I play it. But we'll do that on Thursday, and then we'll see how that goes, because I'm sure that'll be a multiple stream kind of game, if it's anything like the old one. We might... Whoa, I'm getting some weird lag on my game. What the heck is happening? That's not even on my stream, that's my game that's lagging. What the heck? Lots of streams? Oh, nice. Yes, so, I don't know if we'll do a split stream on Thursday, or if we'll do all Pokemon Snap. I guess we'll see who's around and what people want. Because we could do, more chat plays, either a shorter segment, or we could split the stream in half. And then Friday, we'll probably do a split stream as well, which we might do, like, more Pokemon Snap and then something else. We had started Pokemon Sword the week before this past week. I didn't know that Pokemon Sword had a 4-hour freaking tutorial as the beginning of the game. I would have played it off stream if I knew that, but found out on stream. So I think we are just about out of the tutorial part of the game, because we left off at the lobby fight with Team Yell. So I believe we're at the end of the tutorial. I've played, let's see, I streamed for 9 hours on Saturday, and I still hadn't even unlocked all the areas and paths. Damn, okay, they put a lot of gameplay into this one. That's good to know. That's good to know. I'm excited. Yeah, like I said, I've been avoiding everyone's streams just because I don't want to, like, spoil the excitement for myself. Because I know, like, Ross has been streaming it since he came back from his hiatus with Giwi. And I know a bunch of Let's Players on YouTube have been playing it. I have avoided everyone's channels like the plague. Because I'm like, when I play it, I will enjoy it. And then I will watch people's VODs and stuff. But I don't want to... I want to see it all firsthand. So I've been avoiding all the streams. But that's good to know that they put a lot of gameplay time into it. Yeah, I mean, I played the old one, like, obsessively. Like, I went back and did all the secrets. I did lots of stupid photos that weren't goals for anything. Like, I loved that game, so I'm sure it'll be great. I'm excited to play it. So yeah, we'll look forward to that on Thursday. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be up in the air how we handle splitting the streams, but we're definitely going to play that for sure. We do need to jump back into Pokemon Sword, so we might do like a split stream with Pokemon and Pokemon. I need to get back on my regular stream schedule. I'm having fun making a mean photo collection. I'll tell you after you play it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I definitely want to check out your VODs too, like once I play some, because I do like seeing like what other people shoot and stuff. It's just such a fun, like even the old one was such a fun game, even though there was only like limited stuff you could really do with the mechanic. But it was still very cool when it came out. It was like an unheard of kind of game. I'm glad that they're starting to make like new versions of like popular older game mechanics, because that game was definitely like one of a kind at the time. I kind of thought when they released Pokemon Go that was going to be like their like a mix between a mobile game and Pokemon Snap, because it's like, oh, you could take photos of your Pokemon like out in the wild, like in AR and stuff. And I was like, okay, like that's, you know, Pokemon Snap-esque. It's not a photo-based game, but it's, you know, like cousin to. And then I was glad to see that they actually made like a full-on Pokemon Snap. I was like, yes, yes. But yeah, Pokemon Sword, we're definitely going to continue. Now that we're through the tutorial section, hopefully it'll start like getting a little bit more exciting in terms of stream-wise, because I can't believe the fucking tutorial was so long. I was like, I get it's a game for kids, but it's not that difficult to play Pokemon. Like, you go into a battle, you pick a Pokemon, you look at their type, you pick a move, they run out of power, you give them stuff to give them more power. Like, why was a 4-hour tutorial a thing? And why did I not know there was a way to, if there was a way to skip it or not? Ooh, look at all of our crops. So yeah, that was a painful stream. Honestly, with Pokemon Snap, I wish it was open world like Sword and Shield so I can create... Yeah, that would be cool. I'm kind of surprised. I assume it's still on rails like the old one. I am surprised that they didn't go more open world with it. Given that they've, like, made Pokemon that way now, like, kind of surprised. Like, I get it's easier to make a game on rails, but... because you can control all the mechanics better, but... I will gladly take any Pokemon Snap. Oh, I'm out of energy. Do I have coffee left? Yes, I do. But yeah, I want to get back on my stream schedule because we want to do art streams. I want to do, you know, more one-off. We still have a bunch of indie games we need to finish. It is, yeah, but I'm kind of glad it makes more chill that I don't have to think about moving aside from the... Yeah. Yeah, the old one in the original, like, you drove around in that little vehicle. I won't call it a car because it wasn't technically a car, but you were like in a little hovercraft type thing / boat, and you would go on a certain path on a timer, and you just had to time things well, or whatever. Or you could accelerate, I think, if I remember correctly. Look at all these crops. But yeah, we still need to finish Small Burb. We need to finish Katamari, which I think we're close to the end of. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I feel like we're close to the end. We need to finish Samorost 3. And, like, those games are a little bit more... Like, I feel like those more, like, quiet, chill indie games are easier to split up in streams. So, like, maybe we'll do a stream where it's, like, part Samorost and part Katamari, or part little Small Burb or whatever. Because I do want to finish them. I don't want to leave them unfinished. But it's just, like, there's so many, like, bigger, popular games that it's, like, we want to play Pokemon Snap. I want to play Pokemon Sword. Like, I want to, you know, play these big games, too. But I also want to finish our little smaller games. So, as the stream schedule gets back to normal, hopefully we'll be able to start picking some stuff up and finishing some things that are not finished. Because I have not forgotten. The only games that we're not going to go back to are the games that were just thoroughly broken. Like that one Ghost game that we tried to play, and it was just... The camera was, like, even on the least sensitive setting, was, like, nauseating as fuck to everybody in chat and me. Like, we're not gonna play that, but... I do want to play more of these games. I wish I had, like, more open weekend time to stream, because that would really help with me being able to, like, fit more games in, or do longer streams. Oh, and Cap has redeemed for STEEEB, so we will check in on STEEEB in a minute. Actually, it's the end of this day, so we'll probably check in on STEEEB now. Please save. Please save. Let's get the STEEEB. STEEEB is thinking about waking up. He's considering it. STEEEB, what are you doing? STEEEB, come home. Let's see. Where is our STEEEB? Where is our STEEEB? STEEEB. There we are. There is STEEEB. Found STEEEB. Flashing light warning for the first couple of seconds of me hitting play. And thank you for redeeming your creepy coins to check in on STEEEB, because STEEEB is obviously dry and crusty. The driest, crustiest plant of them all. At least my actual real-life plants in my room don't look like this. I take actual care of those. My digital plants are suffering, but my not-so-digital plants are not. I need to learn more about plants, because I don't know if it's because it's so fucking hot here, but, like, my outdoor plants go from doing very well to, like, not doing well at all, and I don't know what the fuck I'm either doing wrong, or if I'm not watering them enough, or if they're just too hot, or if they're in too much sun. STEEEB is the plant, is the pot, and Bucky with 2 E's is the snail, if I can get my mouse to click on him. Wow, cute. He can also get a bath. Yeah, I know you know about plants, Marcy. You and Iris both know about plants. I just never, like, bother to ask people about stuff. I'm just like, I wing it, and then when the plant dies, I'm like, oh, fuck, the plant died. Like, I don't know, like, I don't even know what some of the stuff I have is called, so it's hard for me to ask without, like, Googling or taking pictures of stuff. So, like, I took a clipping of one of my mom's plants, and I don't know what the fuck it's called. So I don't even know what to say, but I'm trying to get it to grow in a pot in my room, and I don't know if it's taking or not taking. It hasn't withered and fallen apart yet, but it also doesn't seem to be doing that great, so I don't really know. But it hasn't shriveled and fallen apart, so it's not dead, because it's, not sure how I feel about that purple one with the tentacle. Oh, you mean these little ones over here? These little friends? I wish that there was better camera options in this game, but... These little buddies? Oh, we should also have a free plant. Not that we have room for him, but... We haven't gotten any seedlings to plant. Yes, I thought... That's why... Okay. What did we get? Oh, we got another one of these. Echeveria glauca? I don't know how to say things. Don't ask me. I'm not the plant master, as we've already established. I got an achievement unlocked. And I'm not even going to attempt to save that achievement name, but... That's a thing. Yeah, at some point I should, like, take a picture of plants and be like, help, how do I plant? I've tried, like, 3 separate times to grow garlic now, and at first, like, it'll sprout. Like, the top will sprout a little bit, and then it'll die. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because all my friends who grow garlic are like, yeah, you just stick it in the fucking dirt. And I'm like, I keep doing that, and it keeps not living. Like, it either turns into mush and, like, just rots after it sprouts, or it just never does anything. And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't know if it's the temperature, because I live in such a hot place. I don't know. I don't know enough about plants. I had a bunch of herbs growing, and, like, different herbs, And when I got COVID in December, sadly, because I was so sick and I was also full-time 24 hours a day taking care of the dog, because this was when the dog had her first episode and wasn't walking, and I had to carry her everywhere and hold her body weight up, I didn't have any time to go outside and take care of any of the stuff in the yard. And because nobody in my house decided to, you know, help in any capacity, all of my herbs died. So, because I didn't water them or trim them or rotate them or move them or anything like that. So, they just basically roasted to death in the fucking sun and turned into dust. So, all of my herbs that I had that were growing are basically gone. I have parsley right now that's looking like it's not all dead, but it's starting to look kind of gross. Like some of it's green and then some of it's kind of like reddish brown. It's not dried, like it's not dried up, but it's like, it's very weird looking. So that's a thing. I tried to transplant some lychee cuttings, and those are not taking at all, even though online it says lychee takes to like anything very easily, but none of them are taking, so I don't know what that's about. I have some kind of viney plant in my room right now that's just in water, and it's grown a bunch of roots, so that's good, and it's grown a couple of new leaves, but I don't know if it's gonna grow more, or if I should put it in soil, or if I should leave it in water. I don't have any fucking idea, and Marcy's probably like pulling her hair out just listening to me not know about plants, but trying to grow them. I'll consult you at some point off stream about my miscellaneous plant adventures. But yeah, I'm always trying to grow like stuff. Screaming emoji. Yeah, exactly. I'm always trying to grow something, and before I had like a hydroponic arrow garden thing that somebody gave me as a gift years ago, and I was using that, but then I lost the only space in the house that really it would fit, because it's one of the really big ones from like a long time ago. It's not like one of the little tiny desktop ones. So like it can't fit in my room because you can't put it on carpet and you can't put it on like a place that can get ruined by water or light or whatever. So I don't have a spot like that is that big. And it has to be like a tall space because the trellis thing gets very tall very quick. So like you can't put it on a bookshelf or something. So I had to get rid of that because I didn't have anywhere to put it. So it's like, why do I have this gigantic thing that I can't even use? So I was using that for a while, and that was actually working out pretty well because you change the water and you put like liquid nutrients in it like every 2 weeks or something. Like it has an alarm on it that reminds you like, hey, you need to put clean water in, or hey, you need to clean this, or hey, you need to put lights on, or like it was automatic or whatever with the lights. So that was always kind of good. Growing stuff outside is hard here because of the dogs. They dig everything up and they eat it, whether or not they should eat it. So, like, my mom used to grow pineapples in the ground, and my dogs used to go outside and dig the pineapples up and eat them. Like, the whole thing. Including the spiky part. So, it's not, like, I have a yard. I could theoretically have a garden if I had dogs that didn't destroy everything. But they destroy everything. They like to dig everything up and eat it. So, anything I grow, I have to grow either in pots or inside or hanging. So it's kind of limited because I would like to grow stuff in the ground because I have a yard that gets, you know, natural water and natural sunlight because I live in the subtropics, but alas, dogs. If it was my house, I would have made a sectioned off part of the fence that, like, closed the dogs out, but I do not own the house. It is not my fence to build, so such is life of living in a house with other people when it is not your house. But yes, garden times and our very cluttered plant STEEEB. You can buy more pots in the game, and like, you know, you can move them around and decorate them and stuff. And you can also get like backgrounds and change the type of pot you use. But that costs real money, as opposed to the free game, you know, that I'm playing right now, which is essentially Plant Simulator. These grow in real time, so when you plant like new ones, they start out as little tiny blobs usually, so just so you can locate them. So like that's the new one that we just got, and it's little tiny plant, and it tells you if it's watered or not, if it needs water, and you can name the individual plants. I never noticed that. You can name the individual plants. I literally never noticed that. you can click on it and rename it. I did not know that. And if you sing to them, you can also get stuff. I never knew you could fucking sing to the plant. I don't want to rename. Oh no. I'm sorry. I don't know how to undo. Now I can't undo wanting to rename. Anyways, so yeah, this is just a chill little thing, and it's got the built-in music and everything. So it's always good for like chatting times, because it's like, it's got chill music that rotates. You can turn off the music. You can like go to where is it? Here. So you can get a grove map, which is like a location. You can get an apartment location. You can get a cat house, which has a bunch of cats with sunglasses for whatever reason. I feel like having a bunch of cats with a bunch of plants is a bad mix, because wouldn't the cats just want to like destroy the plants and like knock them over and stuff? You get a free plant once a week. It's random. You can also pick specific plants for 9 cents. It's not expensive if you want to buy plants. There's a bunch of different selections of plants that you can get. This is some of the plants. Ooh, we haven't gotten one of these big boys yet. This is the one that we just got last week, I think. So it's not quite that long yet. But yeah, lots of cute plants. And you can enter vacation mode, like if you don't want to have to water your plants. So like, if you're not planning on playing all the time, then they don't dry out. But they don't die. Like you can't actually kill them, I don't think. But yeah. That's Viridi. Viridi, however you say it. Viridi on Steam. I like the little hand pot that I picked out. I think it's cute. Anyways, we've been going for almost 4 hours, so I think I'm going to call it there. I'm gonna see if anyone's on to raid, which I don't think they are, but I'll double check. One of the art channels that I follow is streaming. We can always raid them. They don't have a lot of people going on. Thank you again to everyone who came and hung out or lurked. Thank you again to Cap for donating so that we can play a Pokemon Snap later this week. That will be Thursday's stream. So, as always, usually our Thursday stream is in the late afternoon / evening. I'll post the exact time probably Thursday. But yeah, we'll probably do like a split stream Thursday and Friday. We'll do Pokemon Sword at some point. We'll probably do either Katamari or an indie game at some point, and we'll do Pokemon Snap. And yeah, I think that's it. Again, if you want to join in with Anime Book Club, the post is on Coffee. It's also linked on the chat command for this month. Our new charity is set up for the Do Good chat command, for guide dogs for those in need. As I said at the top of the stream, I am migrating my entire shop right now unexpectedly due to algorithms that have decided that I'm selling illegal weapons even though they are knitted dice bags. So my store is currently down, but I am working on the back end of migrating manually all of the listings, so it's taking a little bit of time. We're gonna raid RPG GF, RPG Girlfriend, and she's doing some art. And otherwise, I will see you guys on Thursday, and I hope you all have a good day. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take it easy, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye, y'all.